All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? Man, I was about to talk about Devin Haney this morning, but my head started pounding. So I changed the topic. Man. As soon as I changed the topic, my head started feeling better. But we are going to talk about you, Devin Haney fans, this morning and how y'all owe me an apology. Apologies. We all need apologies. Who exactly was responsible for the 75-25%? Again, who was this that was responsible for that? Uh, Daniel Gallimore, what's up, my brother? How you feeling this morning? Ernie V, what's good? What's good? What's good? Let me put some draws on that light right there. Let me put some draws on that light right there. Little draws on them lights too. Yes, sir. What's going on, Daniel Gallimore? Top of the morning to you, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. It's been nice talking back with you over the last couple months. Ernie V, as always, top of the morning to you. Steve Mega, what's happening? Mr. McKinney, what's good, man? Smash that like button. Let's get it. What's up, Marty Ma and Steve Mega? Who's Steve Mega? Oh, Steve Mega's right there. I'm tripping. Hey, Steve Mega. Sorry about that. Ralph the One in the building. What's up? Richard Paris, what's going on? The Montgomery brawl was better than than Jake Paul and Nate. Hey, you know what's funny? I owe apologies to two people. First of all, if I was Caleb Plant, I might have slapped him too. Slapped Jamel too, snapping on my beard. And then number two, yeah, those dudes, all the people that beat him up, they were like employees of the boat. So only people going to get charged are them cats, those cats out there on that boat. That's what you get, acting drunk, being stupid. Get out the way, man. Come on, what's up? I'm on time. What do you mean? Where am I at, dog? You see, you said that a little too early, brother. I was on time today. What's happening with you, Kamal? What's going on, Liho Shang? Barbara D, the beautiful, in the building. What's going on with you? HMC3, what's happening? Patrick Gordon, what's going on? Theo Country Boy, we in here. You know what it is. Timothy Stoudemire, what's going up? The Lindsay Way, what's happening? Stephen Edmonds, what's good? Nicholas Simmons, salute to you. Salute to you. I think that is called, I think that's blow. Blow? You got your name is Blow, but you spelled it in like a French pronunciation or French spelling. Boudreaux. So that would be blow. What's going on, Steven? Happy hump day. Oh, it felt like hump day today. I ain't gonna lie, dog. It felt like hump day. But every day got to be glad, got to be happy, got to be thankful for your ability to get up in the morning and do something that you love to do. So you know what it is. Be easy in the building. What's happening? The best ever is the best ever. Yeah, dude, they are really tripping. They are really tripping. Blue, the Cajun way. Yeah, blue. Oh, I'm sorry, blue. I said blow. That's tripping. Blue. Yeah, blue. The Cajun way. There you go. Blue. Yeah. Blue. Boudreaux, blow. Blue. Boudreaux. No, it's blow, ain't it? Boudreaux. So that would be blow. That would be blow, not blue. But okay. Ooh, Boudreaux. Oh, it's O. I thought it was okay, man. Maybe I'm getting my pronunciations wrong. What's going on, Dan? Asante Els, how you doing, sir? What's going on, Noop? Richard Hill in the building. What's going on, Fi? What's going on, Mr. Williams? Good morning, man. Hoping you have a wonderful day. Hope everything's gonna go well for you, blessed and everything. What's going on, Mr. Wembley in the building? I said laughing. I said the Charlo Plant fiasco was staged to promote them fighting. Hey, whatever the case was, it was a good slap. Hey, slap the turn. Like go blow, blue. Like go is go, blow. That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought it was. But I'm tripping. You say blue, I say blue. What's going on, man? LR in the building. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support, brother. Positive vibes out there to you, man. Positive vibes out to you. What's Brent Carpenter? What's up, Fannon? Do you think the rematch will happen firstly? And who do you got winning that one? I mean, I know the rematch is gonna take place. I know it is, and I don't know. I'm gonna pick Terence Crawford because of the first fight. I mean, what can you do about that one? You know what I mean? They still call him Monster a hype job. Nah, bro. They tell him take that test, 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 take that test. What's going on to DJ OC in the building? What's happening with you, sir? Hold on one second. You know what it is. You know what it is. It is this is what it is. What are you talking about? Wow. I mean, dude, I saw the first fight. It's kind of hard to overcome that. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be honest with you. I think Terence may win the second one. It is what it is. I hope you don't think I'm a traitor or anything like that. I'm just like that shit was really, really one-sided. What are my thoughts on Floyd saying Devin should have made a better offer to Shakur? No doubt about it. He should have. It was a silly offer to make. Hey, subscribe real, but no, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm just hoping, hey man, it takes place in 154. Watching it take place in 154, and he feels fresh, and he was maybe been really weak that fight. Hey man, maybe something can change up. You know what I mean? Hell no, run it back the other way. It will be worse the next fight. I don't think it can get worse the next fight. Fahim, I don't know how it's going to get worse the next fight. I don't think it will be worse. I think Errol will perform significantly better at 154. I think he will. Matter of fact, I'm sure he will. So nah, I'm not new. I don't see that. Hold on one second, man. Subscribe to my guys at the Parlor of East Wheaton. I think he'll perform a lot better. That's what I think. No joke. He's been in there with him now. It's a rematch. You'll know what to expect, know what to prepare for. You'll perform better. Man, hey, let me tell you something. They can take that Blu-ray stuff and stop that shit. So disrespectful, bro. Like, man, whatever, man, with all that Blu-ray stuff, man. Like, and I mean that, dog. Like, I don't want to hear none of that Blu-ray stuff. Come on, man. He won with Blue. Come on, man. I like that sounds like more of a commercial for somebody than anything else. And I have nothing against Blu-ray. But that seems to me be like a sneaky kind of way to be like, oh, if you were with Blu-ray, you still would have won. Bro, I don't buy that, man. I don't think the man can make that weight. You know what I mean? But whatever, man. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of that, dog. Like, never been a big fan of that one. And that is not me having anything against Blu-ray. I'm sure he's excellent at what he does. He's a very, very strong dude. Very, very strong dude. Very, very good at what he does. I have no doubt whatsoever that he's very good at what he does. I'm just not going to put that. I'm not going to put that on a trainer. I mean, on a physical trainer. On which particular physical trainer that you Anyway, man, like I said, I don't want to argue about that, man. I don't want to argue about that, Fahim, so I'm not going to respond to any more of that. Okay? I know what happened in the fight, man. I'm not reading minds or anything. The man was definitely trying to knock him out he was trying to knock him out in the second round. Hey, Martin, I may be labeled, but I am upset Spence won. I'm happy Crawford got the double undisputed before Inoue. He would have labeled Inoue the best fighter ever. They're still going to do it. They're still going to do it. Like that whole Monster Inoue stuff is so what to me? Who cares? Nobody's going to be tripping on Monster Inoue 2 years after he retires. What's going on, Ray Patterson? Nobody's going to care about him 2 years after he retires. He's a Japanese domestic fighter. And I don't care that how many Japanese weight classes that he wins titles in. He just got his first title in his first world, maybe in his second weight class. I'm not counting no 112 and 100, 115. Man, I ain't trying to hear all that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to wait, man, get up there and fight. Come to the United States, like Floyd said. Yeah, I heard. I definitely heard what he said about it. Yeah, I did. Absolutely. I heard what he had to say about him. I did. But look, man, I want to get on a couple things first. I'm gonna wait till like 300 people are in the building. Like, down, I don't tripping on no monster in a way, man. That dude is they're just trying to blow. I mean, so what, dude? He doesn't fight in the United States. I mean, dude, the dude is, like I said, come to the United States and do that random blood and urine test, okay? And do that stuff on a regular, fight in the United States on a regular basis, and I'll hear you. Like everybody else does. Until then, bro, you out there fighting over there in Japan, and everything is suited to you. People got to adjust their time frames to come fight you, all kind of stuff. On top of that, he had a hard time with Nonito Donaire when Nonito Donaire was that old, and he made an adjustment, and Nonito Donaire said that they were playing games over there. So come on to the United States, bro. Then I'll believe you as far as you being one of the greatest fighters ever. Please. Why do I have Charles Granger said, why do you have so many haters on Twitter? Let me tell you what I can say about that. I don't know that if I have any haters on Twitter. I never heard that I have any haters on Twitter. Do I have haters on Twitter? I don't know. I wouldn't know. No worries, Fahim. It's a sore subject, man. I don't know, but you, Charles Granger, can click this link right here, and you can tell me what you want to say over here. The reason I got so many haters is because I got so many people that like me. What can I say? I'm a popular dude. You know how it goes. A whole bunch of people like you. A whole bunch of people are going to be like, oh, I don't like him, because they know who I am. Now, my question is why don't you have any haters on Twitter? Why don't you have any supporters on YouTube? Why don't you have any supporters on Instagram? So let's ask you. I don't know how many. What I got, like 3,000 people or something like that, going on 3,000 followers on Twitter. Very small Twitter channel. Still probably 100 times bigger than yours. Why doesn't anybody care about what you got to say on YouTube? Huh? Now, the reason they're over there babbling their lips over there on Twitter is because they won't come over here. That's why. That's why they bounce their lips over there, because they won't come over here. That's why. Kamal Oz said, hey, Regis says the Haneys are playing games. I mean, look. I'm waiting to see Kamal Oz. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank y'all for your support. No joke, bro. Thank you for your support, man. Every day, Kamal. You really do it, man. Thank you, man. Hey, Fahim, then don't say it. If it hurts you to say it, don't say it. I'm shocked that Devin Dad won 50-50 fight Tank. He don't want that fight. He doesn't want that fight. If he wants, I didn't hear that he wants 50-50 to fight Tank. If he wants 50-50 to fight Tank, he's not getting that fight. That you're smoking dope. I listened to what he had to say, dude. That shit didn't make no sense. I'm just being honest with you. That shit didn't make any sense. First of all, he sold you guys out again. Bill Haney definitely contradicted you guys, because I thought it was Bob Arum's idea to offer 75-25. That's what I thought you guys said. Weren't you guys saying that was Bob Arum that said 75-25? That they came up with that number? Isn't that what they said? Somebody let me know. I could have sworn that's what you said. Can somebody, hey, come on, Oz, can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me? I could have sworn you guys said that 75-25 came from Bob Arum. I could have sworn that's what they said. And now I need an answer. You guys don't change the subject. That's what was said, right? Isn't that what said? Isn't that what was said? I could have sworn that's what was said. I could have sworn that's what was said. Didn't they say that? Didn't they say that came from? Didn't they say that came from Bob Arum? Now, did that come from Bill Haney, who said that? That it came from Bob Arum, and then all of a sudden it didn't come from Bob Arum; it came from Devin. How did that happen? I need to understand. I'm confused. Where did that happen? It's almost like you can't believe what they say. It's almost like they say one thing one day, and then they say something completely different the next day. It's almost like y'all said that the 25% came from Bob Arum, and then later on it came from Devin because they only wanted a flat fee. They said he deserved a flat fee, a price, because he's not undisputed. It's a price. And then Devin said, how about 75-25? But before, it was Bob Arum that came up with the 75-25. I need to understand. I really need to understand this here. How did that change? How did that change? Kind of like they didn't have a multi-fight deal with Bob Arum, and then they did have a multi-fight deal with Bob. It's almost like it just depends on what day it is, what the truth is. Fannon, you are in violation of the Devin Haney truce. What can I say? I take easy. Your mama owes. Get a look, dude. Go away. See you later, Mr. Harvey. See you later. See you later. It's almost like you guys are lying out your pie hole. Almost like you're lying. Now, better believe this. I ain't no big fan of Shakur Stevenson right now. Just to let you know, I'm not a big fan. Shakur acting a fool. Like, Shakur's acting a fool. It's real hard to like that kid. I can't lie. Shakur is acting a fool. Like, Shakur, I don't know about you, man. You seem like, a little arrogant there, dog. Little tripping. Like you tripping, something fierce. Like tripping. Like he's tripping. But this is why somebody called the lightweight division the vagina monologues. When did you agree with a Haney truce, Fannon? Oh, because look, here's the thing. I am so annoyed by these fake Bud fans that I didn't want to argue with two fan bases at the same time. I just want to get along. You know what I mean? You know me. I just want to get along. I just want to have a good conversation and talk some good boxing. You know what I mean? I don't really want to be getting mad at everybody, but let me tell you something, dog. I'm like any other predator. If you just throw it out there, dog, I'm going to take it. Okay? And just as I was prepared to be Mr. Polite and Mr. Polite, you guys throw something out there like that. And I cannot help myself. Bro, thank y'all for supporting today, man. For real, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, man. My guy, Be Easy in the building with the $2 holler, brother. Thank you so much for your support. And then my guy, hey, Mr. McKinney been coming through heavy like a mug. Thank you, brother. Thank you from this old man says thank you for the support. Much love, $10.99 for the support. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. More than you know, man. More than you know, sir. Thank you. And Kamal Oz said Shakur is next level delusional. He recently said that he and Tank would break pay-per-view records like Floyd and McGregor. The kid has not done anything to position himself for that fight and has an inflated ego. Yeah, dude can fight his tail off, bro. But yeah, he can fight like really, really well. Like he's an incredible fighter, but he's talking out the side of his neck. I agree 100%. I agree 100%, bro. I agree 100%. I don't know what to make of this lightweight division. The only guy that I'm really like, dude, Frank Martin and Tank. Frank Martin and Tank are probably the only two guys out there that are not full-fledged delusional. The lightweight division, in the entire lightweight division, there's two guys. I guess Lomachenko too. But I don't know what Lomachenko be talking about at the time, and he got a little bit of that in him too. But Gervonta, and that was the shortest ceasefire in history. Look, man, I got to tell you, bro, what do you want me to do? I can't. What do you want me to do? Okay, what do you want me to do? There's nothing I can do when you give me something like that. Okay, you give me something like that. When you guys were in my face telling me something opposite, telling me the opposite. Okay, you guys said to me that the 25% came from Bob Arum. And I said, why would Bob Arum come out with 25% of the cut for his fighter when he doesn't promote Devin Haney? It didn't make any sense. But you guys said that was the case. You said it was the case. And I didn't believe it, but I just stopped arguing about it. But then to have Bill Haney come out and specifically say that it was Devin that did the 75-20 was Devin's idea, and it was actually him doing him a favor by saying, other than that, I was just going to give you a price. It makes you guys look bad. It makes it look almost like you're not trustworthy. It almost makes it look like you're untrustworthy. Now, I share a mild bit of disdain for what you guys are saying about Shakur, because Shakur's mouth is most definitely kind of, it's kind of off. It's kind of off. And I can't ride with a lot of the things that he's saying. However, yeah, this is just like you guys said, it's the vagina monologues, man. It's the vagina monologues. This is all a bunch of crazy stuff, bro. I'm not judging. I'm enjoying the headshots. Let's have at it. I mean, you know what it is. I just wanted to know why you guys told me that was the case. I want to know why you guys told me that was the case. Please let me know so I can go back and be pro Devin again, because you guys betrayed me. You guys betrayed me. You told me something that was not true. Okay? Now, I did not hear that Bill Haney say that Bob Arum was the one that came up with the 75-25. All I heard was people in this comment section telling me that. So I just need to know why you lied to me, why you wanted to mislead me, why you were running me, why were you trying to bamboozle me and run me amok? Huh? Why were you running me amok with that claim that is not true? Yeah, always. Yeah, they blamed the 75-25 on Bob Arum, which made no sense. He already fights Reggie Tears. He already fights in his hometown. He has been fighting in his hometown. But anyway, let's not belabor this for too long, bro. Virgil Wembley in the building. So what's up? Say good morning, Fannon. Love the show. Watch every day. Keep cooking. Telling it like it really is. This show has become part of my life. It's must-see TV. Thank you, Virgil Wembley. Thank you. I have to cry though, Virgil, because there's like 10 guys. There's like 15 people over there on Twitter that don't like me. There's 15 people over there on Twitter that don't like me. And they say mean things about me. And they spend their time trying to take clips of me out of context and say mad things because people don't know them. Do they like, or because people don't really care about what they think. So Dog, if you're talking bad about me, it's because you care what I think. You know what I mean? And this guy said, oh, don't worry, I'll come on the show. I say, they always want to type it out. They never want to talk it out. Oh, don't worry, I'll be there. I put a heart there and said, yeah, I put a little heart there and thought to myself, yeah, I believe it when I see it. You're going to come on over here. I'll believe it when I see it. You have time to listen, but I'll believe you're going to actually show up when I see it. TBE is TBE in the building. Says Shakur is trying to give us the Devin fight. Ain't boxing. I respect Shakur more than shady business Haney. Look, man, honestly, I like Devin Haney. I like Devin Haney as a fighter. Oh, yeah, they can hit the link. Here's the link. Haters can hit the link. So you guys don't have to sit over there on Twitter where nobody listens. Because don't nobody really listening to you. Ain't nobody listening to you over there. Ain't nobody really listening to you over there. You know what I mean? And, anyway, who cares? Ignore them. They're afraid to get that smoke. Very, 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 very nervous, bro. They're very nervous. Shakur is trying to give us the Devin fight. Yeah, I think Shakur is trying. I think Shakur, honestly, is trying to get a fight with anybody. I do believe that. I don't think that he's faking the funk. I think because, again, I do have him beaten Devin. I've got him beating everybody but Tank, and Tank is a little bit of a toss-up for me. Tank is a bit of a toss-up to me in that fight because Shakur really can fight, bro. Lil Uzi Burt. Haney lost to Loma. Let's keep it a buck. No, I'm not going to keep it a buck. He won the fight. Sit on that L. Sit on that L. He pulled it out. He got the decision. He walked out of the ring with the belt. He won. You know what I mean? They both letting the fight marinate. Man, they ain't letting squat marinate. They need to go ahead and fight, man. Before one of them screw around and lose to Regis Prograde. Because, hey, Regis ain't no easy fight, man. Oh, you're the guy I was waiting for. This is the guy that was dishonest. Freaking Flyer, you were caught in a lie, man. You've been busted. Whose idea of Frequent Flyer was the 25%? Can you answer that question for me, Frequent Flyer? Whose idea was it for the fight to be 25-75 for Haney? Who was that exactly? Now Loma's gonna have to sit on that L at this point. Just sit on the L. It is what it is. We're past that. It is what it is. Ain't no need to do all that extra stuff. All right? Ain't no need to do all that extra stuff. Frequent Flyer, exactly whose idea was that? Who came up with the 25%? The 75-25%? Frequent Flyer, I need to know. Who came up with that number again? Who came up with that number? Freaking Flyer. Whose idea I never made? Whose idea was it? You sure you never made an idea? You sure? I think you did, bro. I think you made a statement. I think you made a loud and clear statement about whose responsibility that was. Who made that up? I think you said that it was Bob Arum. That's what I think you said. That's what I think you said. But unfortunately, hey, man, thank you, brother. Floyd low-key, what he said, Floyd PBC low-key doing a little matchmaking over there to encourage Errol to go up to 160 and 168. He should. And teasing Tank Monster catch weight thoughts. Oh, I love them both. First of all, I want Errol to go up to 160. I wish Bud would fight him at 160. I'd feel a lot better about the fight. To fight him at 160. I think Bud should do it too. Seeing as he took those extra millions out of Errol's pockets, he should, let him go ahead and get in there whatever he wants to weight. And teasing Tank versus and honestly, if it's at 154, come overweight. Come in overweight. If it ain't in the contract, Errol should just come in overweight. But nah, he should agree to it because that would look bad if you don't do what you agree to. Thoughts? Yeah. Encourage Errol to go up to one. I like that. I like him going to 160. 168 seems a little big because he doesn't seem that tall to me for 168. But teasing Tank and Monster, I love what he said about Monster. 100% loved it. Loved it. Much love in that cat in that big $10 holler, brother. Thank you, man. I loved it. I love what he said. And I love listening to Floyd Mayweather Jr., man. And I think he's 100% right about everybody. Like, these people keep coming up, man. This resume stuff with Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. is fucking ridiculous. Let me tell you, man, I did some videos and I said, hey, man, I could see Floyd, Terence Crawford potentially winning a fight with Floyd at 147 because I think Terence is the bigger guy. But you guys talking about this resume stuff with Terence Crawford, dog, you need to take that and go away. Ain't no way that man's resume is on par with Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s. No way, shape, nor form. And I'm so sick of you guys pulling out that undisputed nonsense. I'm so sick of that nonsense. Who did you fight to get it? Who did you fight to get it? And to think that Floyd couldn't have got it if he wanted it, it wasn't a priority. It was not a priority because they added a fourth belt. Half of his career was only 3 belts. He started in 96. It was 10 years into his career before the WBO became a legitimate belt. And I think he held 3. So even there, Floyd really was undisputed, I'm pretty sure. Hold on a second. Talking about Floyd wasn't undisputed. Man, Floyd was undisputed. Ain't nobody disputing that he was the man in that weight division. But you want him to get the rinky dinky ass belt against somebody he'd mop? Man, please. You guys be tripping on Floyd Mayweather, man. God dog. Always trying to find a way. Let's see when Floyd held 3 belts. Right there in 2014 and 2015, he held 3 belts. In the start of his career, when he turned pro, there was only 3 belts. Hold on. What is it? Yeah. Only 3. But he actually held the WBO, so that doesn't. What the fuck is this? How's that? Actually, that doesn't stand. That doesn't stand because this is the WBO he had because he didn't have the IBF. Still, whatever the case is, ain't nobody doubting Floyd Mayweather Jr. was the #1 daggone welterweight. Get up out of here. You know what I mean? Like, man, just kick rocks. Oh, well, you're never undisputed. You're never undisputed. Man, so what? Neither was Andre Ward. So what? So what? Neither was Roy Jones Jr. So what? You guys are tripping. Man, he ain't the TBE. You get out of here. He ain't the best ever now. But I don't care. Man, please. Y'all just trying to come. You go from trying to discredit Errol to jumping straight over. One fight, and all of a sudden he's better than Floyd Mayweather. Man, the fight before last, y'all were saying squat about him. He catapults past everybody in boxing with a win over Errol. Who y'all didn't even think was that good. All of a sudden, he catapults over everybody. Man, you better go away, bro. Man, you better go away, man. That man's accomplishments are not on the level of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. All the way, stop it. A said, Kamal said, this Floyd Crawford debate is ludicrous. Bud benefited from Errol doing all the heavy lifting while he fought Bosnian warlords. Agendas are clear. I mean, without a doubt, that's true. Fresh, what are you making? Smoking Money May would F up. Man, let me tell you, it'd be a good fight. The fight itself could be a good fight. But if you're talking about their accomplishments in a boxing ring, man, you better get out of here. There ain't nobody this century anywhere close to Floyd. And how about he catch up? How about he catch up to Andre Ward first? How about he get on the level of Andre as a fighter, Andre Ward? And I don't care what you say, 175 to 168, 175 Kingpin is enough for me. That is 2 weight classes. Bud got 3. I ain't trying to hear none of that, dog. You guys can kick rocks on all of that better resume than Floyd stuff. Man, please go away. Hey, man, my guy, the Last Laugh podcast in the building, said, keep giving him the real bro salute. Yeah, man, come on, man. Like, seriously, man, that's just, get out of here. Okay? Look, Floyd is the freaking man, bro. Floyd, he ain't no Ali. I'm gonna continue to stick that pin in y'all in that Ali bubble. Psst. Okay? But dog, if you putting him up there with Floyd, that means you putting him up there with Ali. And ain't nobody trying to hear that, dog. Okay? Floyd, you can get legitimately say, okay, him and Ali, but not really. You really can't. But, you know, you try. Man, y'all better stop that. Man, y'all better stop that. I mean, I don't care. Because watch, see, E Moneybag says Zab Judah messed up Floyd being undisputed. But watch the thing. Here's the thing. Zab Judah was undisputed. And so is Corey Spinks. I guess that puts him over Floyd, huh? Jermaine Taylor was undisputed. I guess that puts him over Floyd too, right? Man, I'm always focused on Ali. You ain't never now. Ali is right there over my shoulder. He right there over my shoulder. I ain't trying to hear nothing y'all talking about. We got to keep you Floyd fans somewhere in the realm of reality. However, at the same time, dog, he's a king walking. He's the greatest living fighter right now. Everybody else before him, all the older fighters got to do a little bowing down to Floyd when he walk in the room. It's just kind of what it is. He's that level. He's just kind of that level. And he earned it. He came through it all kind of different ways. Showed and proved many times. Many times. Many times. Man, screw that undisputed twice crap. You guys keep making this nonstop. A bunch of people were undisputed twice. A bunch of people were undisputed twice. You guys want to put all this politics and give these dudes credit for getting over on the politics. Man, that undisputed stuff is politics. I'm not trying to hear that nonsense. I don't even care. Who's the best fighter in the division? And you know who the best fighter in the division is, and you can't make up for people getting ducked. Because Errol didn't duck him. I ain't trying to hear none of that nonsense, man. Y'all can take that undisputed and just go somewhere with it. So what? And I mean, he's 2-time undisputed. So is all these other guys. Guess who was undisputed 3 times in the same year? Henry Armstrong was undisputed champion at 126, 135, and 147 all at the same time. All 3 of them. All 3 of them. All the same year. Do that. Do that. Get 3 of them in the same year. Man, he didn't clear out 2 divisions. Errol cleared that division out. Hey, get out of here. Bud didn't clear out 147. Errol cleared out 147 and lost to Bud. Man, you better get out of here. Him clearing it out means he beat everybody. He didn't. He did not beat everybody. Jaron Ennis. He didn't clear out Bud. He cleared it out. Why is Jaron Ennis standing there? You can't clear out 147 without beating Jaron Ennis. 147 is not cleared out. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 147 is not cleared out. Did you, lest we forget, that 147 is not cleared out? How you talking about you cleared something out when it ain't cleared out? There's a big ass gorilla in the room. Hey, freaking Flyer, you're going to go on timeout, bro. Your trolling is only allowed for Devin Haney, bro. Lil Uzi fart. Get out of here. Okay? Lil Uzi's fart. Get out of here. This is not hate. This is real. You did not clear out a division with Jerron Ennis standing right there. How you cleared out with Jerron Ennis sitting there? How? You let me know. You let me know. How was that? How can you clear out a division with Jerron Ennis sitting there? Wake me up and explain that to me. Last Lab Podcast. Thank you, brother. What's up, John Bowie? I ain't seen John Bowie in a minute. Let me give John Bowie a gong, bro. 147 is not cleared out. It is not cleared out. Thank you very much. 135 pounds is not cleared out. Is it? Devin Haney is the undisputed champion at 135. Is 135 cleared out? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I need to hear this. I need to hear this. Is it cleared out? Is 135 cleared out? Josh Taylor was undisputed at 140. At 140, did he clear that out? Was that cleared out? No, it's not cleared out. It's not. He did not clear that division out. Did not clear that division out. No, he didn't. Shocker, huh? Shocker. Shocker. Anybody want a polite debate with me on that? No, he did not clear that out. No, he didn't. 154 was cleared out. 154 was cleared out. All of the guys, they're all gone. At 154, they're all gone. And if you want to say, I don't believe Tim Tszyu, but fine. If you want to say Tim Tszyu, fine. No, I haven't seen John Bowie. I was just saying what's up to him just in case he heard me. There's a hell of a question in the four-belt era, who ran undisputed. I don't even give a shit about the undisputed. It's BS. Undisputed is political. It's a bunch of BS, bro. It's BS. Because they only call for undisputed depending on where they are. What about Beterbiev? They won't even let Beterbiev get a shot for it. And if it's funky in one division, it's funky in all divisions. It's funky up there at heavyweight too. Heavyweight and light heavyweight. You got guys that have belts that are not allowed to fight for undisputed. And these people talking about undisputed ain't saying nothing about them. Ain't saying nothing about Beterbiev and Bivol. And nobody's saying anything about Tyson Fury's out fighting Francis Ngannou instead of fighting Alexander Usyk. So you're trying, Alexander Usyk, it's political. It's political. Purely political. Purely political. Martin, do you think Errol should have at least one tune-up at 154 to see how he feels before the rematch? I would love if he would have. That's why I would have loved if he had a fight last year too. Yeah, absolutely. I wish they would have had the fight at 154 to start with. Yeah. Absolutely, positively. I would hope that he would have one and then the other. But, it is what it is. He got to do what he wants to do. No, people are hypocrites is what they are. People are hypocrites. And Tyson Fury is just a scam. He's 100% scam. 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 But do not tell me that 147 is cleared out, because it is not. It's funky at 135 too. How can the undisputed champ can't make weight? He's not undisputed champion anymore. Devin's not the undisputed champion anymore. He's not undisputed. He's dropped undisputed. Didn't he? He's champion in recess, isn't he? Devin's not undisputed champion anymore. You guys can cut that. You can stop that one. He's not undisputed. He's the champion in recess. So he's no longer the undisputed champion. That's up. That's gone. He dropped undisputed. Unless they haven't done it yet. Am I missing something? They brought Tyson back to stop Wilder from being the baddest man on the planet. They wouldn't even give him a shot. They refused to give Deontay Wilder a shot at undisputed. And now the guy that's in Deontay Wilder's place refuses to fight for it. I don't want to hear anything about undisputed. I don't want to hear anything about it. I think that the whole concept is blown. And nobody cared about it when he did it at 140 before. Because they said that what competition? He didn't fight any competition. So why is it a big deal now? Enlighten me. If it wasn't a big deal when he originally did it, why is it a big deal now? You got to pick your poison, man. You guys got to pick your decision. Like, it was a big deal when he did it, when he was the first person to do it since Jermaine Taylor, but nobody cared. Nobody cared about undisputed until Alexander Usyk got it. That's it. If Errol would have beat Bud, y'all would claim he cleared out the division. He would have cleared out the division. You're right. Because it would have been, no, it wouldn't have, because he still got Duran. It's still got Duran. So no, it's not cleared out with Duran there. I wouldn't say that. I would say, no, he didn't clear it out because there's Duran in this. How you clear something out where you got a 30-0? How you got a 30-0 number one contender with 28 knockouts? How? He's 30-0, 31-0 with 28 knockouts. And he's the IBF interim champion. And he's been ready for a championship shot for years. I'm sorry, man. He was like that beforehand. Sorry. And Keith Thurman is there. Even though Keith Thurman had already got beaten, Keith Thurman's there. But when did undisputed become so important? When Alexander Usyk got it. When Alexander Usyk got it. That's when it became important to the people that really are boosting it up now. But at the end of the day, you want to see these guys take the fight, but there's all kind of politics about it. Nah, dude, the guy to clear out the division is Duran Ennis. It really is. It's Duran Ennis. It's Duran Ennis. And if Errol was being smart, I do think Errol would take a tune-up. A very easy tune-up. And I mean an easy one. I mean like literally like a dead man walking type of one. No joke, like a dead man walking type fight. Absolutely. Get his body adjusted. Really, it's important, huh? It's always been important. You sure about that? Then why did Manny Pacquiao never get it? Why did Manny Pacquiao never get it? Why did Roy Jones Jr. never fight for it? Why did Andre Ward never fight for it? Why did Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. never fight for it? Why did Oscar De La Hoya never fight for it? Why did Shane Mosley never fight for it? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Oscar De La Hoya did fight for it. That's when it became important for that. Really? It's important to who? It's been important to whom? If it's so important, then why they come up with 4 different sanctioning bodies? If it's so important, why didn't Anthony Joshua? Hey, shut your dumb ass up. Honestly, man, I shut up. Shush. It's the pinnacle of boxing. What does that mean? The pinnacle of boxing. Floyd didn't get it, and he's the pinnacle of boxing. How many? That shit is just stupid. It's the pinnacle of boxing. Since when did it become the pinnacle of boxing? Since when did it become the pinnacle of boxing? When it's convenient for an argument, it became the pinnacle of boxing. I understand why. If it's the pinnacle of boxing, how come Terence Crawford didn't get Fighter of the Year when he got it at 140? And they said, and the Boxing Writers Association of America was like, yeah, big deal. Look who you fought. It wasn't the pinnacle of boxing when Andre Ward didn't get Fighter of the Year. Not Andre Ward. When Terence Crawford didn't get Fighter of the Year when he fought for it. It wasn't the pinnacle of boxing. Nomaschenko got it for making people quit in the ring. That was the pinnacle of boxing that year. Mighty convenient. Mighty convenient. Mighty convenient. Solo Champ, what's going on, brother? Said peace to the real. Salute to the chat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that, dog. I want to see boxing matches. Okay? I want to see boxing matches. I don't care about all of that. And I mean it. I don't care about all that. That shit, everybody up until just recently, it was the sanctioning bodies and it was the alphabet soup and all of these belts, and these guys ain't real champions because there's so many belts. But all of a sudden, now if you have all the belts, even though the belts didn't matter when other people had them, are you the best fighter in the division or are you not the best fighter in the division? And I again reiterate this with you all. You guys keep talking about resumes all the time. Resumes don't fight. Resumes don't fight. If it's a pinnacle of boxing, and let me tell you something, ain't no way in the world Devin Haney wouldn't change places with Gervonta. Do I think Canelo is ducking Benavidez? I do not like to use that phrase. No, I do not. No. I don't like to use that phrase. No. Quite honestly, I don't even think he's ducking Benavidez. No, I don't. No. I don't think he's ducking Benavidez. Benavidez's problem was Benavidez's problems. He shouldn't have been sniffing that yayo, and he shouldn't have missed weight, and he'd still have his belt. And in that case, he would have, if Canelo was there, he'd have had to fight David Benavidez for that WBC belt. That was on David Benavidez, where David Benavidez was in a good position, but David Benavidez made a mistake. Why doesn't Canelo Alvarez realistically cannot fight everybody at the same time? He can't fight everybody. Again, I'm going to go away from this ridiculous Devin Haney fan logic about what ducking is. And any fight that you could possibly think could be made is a duck. Okay? You can't be ducking both him and David Morrell at the same time. All right? I do believe there's been times when Canelo Alvarez has ducked. But if he becomes his mandatory and he drops a belt and he doesn't fight, then tell me. I can only do so much complaining about what Canelo does. Because you guys are doing this stuff with Gervonta Davis. With all this, when's he going to fight a top contender? When's he going to fight a top contender? He fought his mandatory. That's a top contender. Hector Garcia was a 130 pound champion. That's a top contender. He moved up and fought Mario Barrios. That's a top contender. But you guys won't give Gervonta Davis credit for any of that. So honestly, and you guys won't click the link to save your life. Also, you guys are straight up cowards. I mean, for real. I mean this wholeheartedly. There's a link. Stop hiding. Okay? Say what you think and defend what you think with your mouth is. With your mouth is. Jeffrey Brooks. Should Canelo lose Charlo? Do you see a rematch? Absolutely. And then does Bud fight at 154 till then? Look, Bud need to. I personally think Errol should take a fight in between. And I think Terence Crawford should fight Jaron Ennis. If I could make fights, I would say Terence Crawford, Jaron Ennis. Next. For the sake of Terence Crawford. If I was Al Heyman, I'm definitely putting you in there. One, how can I help you?
So I was coming in to speak on whether they should run it back or not.
Okay.
Now I think they will and they should, because at the end of the day, Earl was a unified champion. He collected all three of the belts. He kept his word. Now whatever happened, however he fought, he had a bad showing. Whether he wins or loses his next fight, he needs to redeem himself of the showing he had. So I don't even think, of course he wants to win, but he's gonna do better than he did in the first fight. And even if he loses and he says the better man won again, at least he can not go out being dominated the way he got dominated for the rest of his career, like going forward. And that's how I feel about that take right there.
I like that take. Quan, I got no problem with that whatsoever, brother. Thank you for calling in.
No problem.
That's clean and easy right there. Peace to you, brother. That's clean and easy when you make good sense. It's clean and easy when you make good sense. I can 100% see that. I can 100% see that. And I don't think it's going to get worse. Can't get worse. Can't get worse. In what range? 140? Obviously 154. If you could get it at 160, 160. But look, man, I'm 100% with him on that. I can understand where he's coming from. That's logical. Now, I am calling you out, all you dudes out there, though. Again, I'm calling you out. Upper echelon in the building. What's going on, upper echelon? Early coffee break for me. Early coffee break for me. What's up, man?
Shalom, King. Shalom. I'll come back over for another coffee break if you need it. But people don't realize that well, hell, I talked to Derek James on Instagram a lot, but they already know where they went wrong at, and it's gonna be a completely different fight when they fight again. They want to catch the fight at 157 at like a catch weight, but if they don't, they're gonna get it at 154. See, if everybody watched the fight and it belonged and everything, you see after the first round, Errol Spence comes back and says, "I'm tired." Now, people don't realize, but when you fight, your body, people don't. If you go back and look at Instagram and look at Regis Prograis before that Zorilla fight, if you look at all the stuff that he went through, they had to pull him out the tub. They had to keep his vitals checked. Like the man was nearly at life and death to make that weight. And Earl goes through the same thing. Like people don't understand the sacrifice and the commitment these fighters have to do to make weight. It is detrimental to your body. And Earl has been past the weight limit, been past it. Like the man was really killing himself to make it. But he made a promise to fans that he was going to fight Bud for all the belts. That man is the truth. He's the man of his word. That's why he knows he has an excuse, but he ain't going to give it to us because men don't make excuses. They just roll with it. Now, Earl's going to get his lick back. But at 154, Earl's going to be a lot faster, stronger, and he's going to have his motor skills. See, his brain was still in the fog from the dehydration. And, the brain has over 3 pounds of water in it. And most people don't realize, but when you cutting weight, you're not cutting fat if you ain't got much fat. Most of the weight that's getting cut is the water. and it can be very dangerous. Check Virgil Ortiz with the rhabdomyolysis, or however you say it. But Earl, he's been big for the division. After the Danny Garcia fight, he should have moved up. He had outgrew the division. He's been in the division almost 12 years. And by the time most boxers get to 12 years, they're in their third division. Earl's been at 147 for over since he was a teenager. He came in the league at 152. So he's been killing himself to make 147. The man's 5'9" with a huge frame. Like, he's good. Like Floyd said, he should fight at 160 or 168. But Earl busting his body to get down like that. But once you make weight, then you can rehydrate up. But see, since the weight was killing Earl so bad, y'all noticed that he couldn't really rehydrate back up. He still looked like he was only like 5 pounds heavier at fight night than he was at the weigh-in. Because as you get older, your body's like a car. When you first get a car, you can crank that thing up anytime. That motherfucker shoot right out the box. But when you get older, it's cold outside. You got to warm that baby up. You got to let that baby sit and get that catalytic converter going. But see, Earl had to warm up in that Ugas fight. If you notice, Ugas was taking the earlier rounds because Earl, he couldn't get it going. But the muscle memory allowed him to push through. Like the 6th round, he was able to, get in the groove. Terence didn't allow him to get in the groove because Earl was so drained. Like, I don't even think he would have ever gotten the groove in that fight because you see his balance was off. His speed was gone. His power was gone. He hit Terence Crawford a straight right. And Terence Crawford was like, where's the power? That's what happens when you weight drain. Like, that's what would happen to Devin Haney if he fought at 135 again, because that boy's a lot big to be at 135. And that's probably what's happening to his power, why he ain't knocked nobody down in over 80-some rounds. But Earl's going to be a much different fighter. He won't have to cut as much. I would hope they get that fight at 157, but if not, 154, he'll have to make it do. And you'll see a lot bigger Earl on fight night because he'll be able to rehydrate up because he won't be down as much. But yeah, don't count Earl out. And Bud, he was the better man at 147. You got to admit it. They have weight classes for a reason. And at 147, Bud is more superior than Earl. But when we get to 154, Bud's going to have an adjustment period like he did when he first came to 147 from 140. He was small for the division. He had to let his body fill out to the division. So Bud coming up to 154, he's going to be a little bit slower because he's putting on more weight. See, 147 is Bud's ideal weight. If you notice at 135 and 140, Bud didn't get all knockouts. When he got to 147, he got to his prime weight. He started knocking everybody out because that's his natural weight. Earl's natural weight is, like Floyd said, around 160, 168. So when he get that, that's why I told people a long time ago, y'all haven't seen the best of Earl. Y'all only seen a fraction of this man's power. Like when he's sparring these heavyweights and light heavyweights, he's around 170, 160 something in sparring. Then you got to break down the weight. That's why, when you breaking down the weight, you got to realize you still working out while you depleting your body. And that's why I tell people, if you never been in the ring or if you never had to cut weight or make weight, you can't judge these fighters because they going through a lot of sacrifices. And like I said, y'all can go back and check that Regis Pro Rate thing out on Instagram. You can see the limits that these fighters go through. Well, that's upper echelon. I'm out for right now. If now I need another coffee break, I'll hop back up here. Peace and blessings to everybody. Shalom.
All right, bro. I'm good with the coffee. Yeah, I got my second cup of coffee. That's more than enough. What's going on, E-Money Bags?
What's going on, man?
Man, you know what it is. Just chilling, talking boxing in the morning, enjoying my life. How are you?
Listen, man. Bro, we just talked not too long ago. I told you I felt, Earl didn't look sharp and he looked drained and all that. But when my man just got done getting on there, come on, let's not do this for Earl. Let's not turn this into no pity party, man. He just explained the life of every boxer in America, man. Come on. First, now we trying to get the 157. They want to catch weight at 157. Money made, talking about getting up to 160. And look for now. I'm literally watching the fight right now. In the first round, he said, how do you feel? He said, I feel good. He didn't say, I feel tired. First of all, Earl wouldn't even admit that he was tired in the
I can't hear you as long as you got that fight on. You ain't showing me that damn fight on my camera, bro. You trying to get me in trouble?
Oh, my
Look,
fault. My apologies. I just pulled it up because when he said that Errol said he was
you
tired.
watching it because you gloating, dog, is what you doing.
No, I swear I'm not.
You
What I
watching
do,
it because you gloating, dog.
I know when he said that about being tired, I'm like, Earl wouldn't admit that. But anyway, real quick, man. Like, listen, I was the first. Everybody know Bud's my fourth favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? I always picked him over Errol. I just felt like, Errol don't got a plan B and a C. I feel like he's he only has one style. But I will admit, even before the fight started, even how he walked in the ring, how he looked, he didn't look as
Hold
sharp.
on, hold on one second, man. Keep talking. I got to do something. Hold on.
All right. I feel like when they get up to 154, I do believe it's going to be a more competitive fight, but it could still end the same way. It could still end with the ref stopping the fight because Bud is just a better fighter, and people got to understand styles make fights. Bud is a bad style for Errol, man. It's a man with too many styles against a guy who only has one. You know what I'm saying? He's a basic fighter, and he just don't got the tools to deal with Bud, man. He just don't got. And I think if he fights Boots, it would have been the same thing. At least when you fought Bud, you got a hell of a check. But let's not turn this into no Errol pity party, man. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all more people seem more sad about this shit than Errol do. They said they want to fight at 157. But then if you go up there and fight Golovkin or somebody, y'all say that Golovkin was too damn big. Come on, man. We gotta.
That's enough. We cutting all that BS. We know you gonna win happy
consistent.
with your shit. Look, first of all,
I really wasn't happy, man. I'm gonna be honest.
No. Let me respond.
I wanted
a
hell of a fight. You remember when I was watching it? When I was watching the live stream, I said,
"Can you hear me?
A classic."
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, bro, people do get drained, so don't act like that shit ain't real. That's BS. People get drained, bro.
I said that.
That's not. People ain't making that shit up.
I didn't say that to you when we talked last time. I thought he was drained.
Nah, I heard what you said, dog. I heard what you said. No pity party. Ain't nobody throwing no pity parties around here, dog. If somebody wants to say what's going on next, you talk about what's going on next. Why are you going to not talk about what's going on next? If you talk about what's going on next, you know they got another fight, right?
At 157, 168.
They said 154. I don't know what it's at.
It's at 154. It ain't no other. See, look, the fact that and this is where I just got you. You a smart man. You a hell of a smart man. You a hell of a smart man. The minute you just said you don't know what the weight is at, you know it's at 154. Ain't nothing past 154. Y'all want to get the 157.
I don't know that. Neither do you.
They said it. Errol said I want to fight at 154.
He said hopefully we can make it at 154. How do you know he ain't gonna ask for 157? You a mind reader?
Meaning, no, don't do that. And
are you a mind reader?
The fact that you smiling, I don't like this side of you. Oh my goodness. 147 or 154. It's no other two weights.
I don't know what it's going to be at, dog. I don't even know if the fight's going to happen. Errol may change his mind, may take a tune-up. We don't know.
Also, Errol Spence, the guy that y'all say don't take tune-ups. He taking tune-ups now.
No, the nigga need to take a tune-up. Fucking kidding me?
So he done got hit. Bud is worse than a crash Ferrari.
Bud's half of Bud's career is a tune-up.
Bud is worse than a crash Ferrari. Is that what you're telling me?
Half
the boy crashed the Ferrari.
The
boy crashed the Ferrari. Didn't get no tune-up.
The man can get a goddamn tune-up, bro.
The guy that said he don't get tune-up.
Dude, I don't care what he said.
Now you don't care what he said.
No, I don't. The man gets a tune-up, man. Are you tripping? Now you're gonna say the man can't have a tune-up? Bud's half of Bud's career.
That's what the man said.
No, half of Bud's career is a tune-up. Literally half that shit is tune-ups.
Until when?
More than half.
Until when?
All the way. He's got tune-up after tune-up after tune-up. But Errol needs to get some damn tune-ups. There's a purpose in tune-ups.
How many divisions? Bud fought in 3 divisions, right?
Bud has a bunch of tune-ups. What do you call David Avanesyan? What do you call Amir Khan? What do you call David Benavidez? Those are tune-ups. That man gets tune-ups. Fucking Errol should take a tune-up.
See, you're confusing. You're comparing Bud to Errol. I'm talking about what came out of Errol's mouth.
I don't care what's coming out of Errol's mouth.
You don't care what comes out of Errol's mouth. Talking about Errol.
Let me be clear. I don't care what's coming out of Errol's mouth. That ain't what I'm talking about. I don't care what's coming out of his mouth. I don't care if he says I'm going to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I'll say, man, you shouldn't go climb Mount. I don't give a shit what came out of his mouth. The man gets a tune-up, bro. Don't act like just because he says something he can't have a tune-up. Why can't that man have a tune-up like everybody else?
That's not what I said, good brother. What I said was he said that he don't do tune-up.
I don't care what he said because we're talking about what I'm saying. He could get a tune-up. There's nothing wrong with him getting a tune-up. There's nothing wrong with him fighting at 160 if he decides to do it. He doesn't have to continue to fight. Oh, well, then I'm going to go straight to Canelo. I mean, what the fuck is this? He the only person that doesn't get tune-ups? Is he the only person that doesn't get to do shit he said he wouldn't do?
So this is the optics. If I say that I don't do tune-ups, if I say I don't do tune-ups,
I don't care.
Then somebody, hold on. If somebody say they don't do tune-ups and then they get their ass
it,
whooped real bad and then go do a tune-up, that don't look good.
That man gets to get a tune-up. He wants a tune-up. That man can afford a goddamn tune-up. Jesus Christ. Yes, he can.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So, okay, fine. He goes and gets the tune-up.
Dude, don't give up your argument, bro.
Is Bud supposed to wait? No, I didn't give up the argument. You changed the argument by saying you don't care. No, you changed the argument by saying you don't care what he says. So I say what Errol said don't matter. So then that part of that conversation is over. What I'm asking you is if he does, whoever you want him to go fight as a tune-up, that's fine. Is Bud supposed to wait?
No, Bud can go fight Duran.
So then after he fights Duran, he's supposed to, the rematch clause is over, correct? After that? They got to
I don't know. You'd have to negotiate.
Do we really? And this is, that's the word I was about to say. Do we really want to go through that again? Do we really want to?
Yes.
We really want to listen to a negotiation between Errol Spence and Bud Crawford.
Yes.
Why he's got all the belts.
Yes, I do. Now let me tell you, if I was his manager, why I would say that. Absolutely.
You can't stop smiling.
You go fight Boots. You go fight Boots and let him take a couple years out your ass. And I'm going to rest, take an easy tune-up like you did, and come back at 154. Hell yeah. I do that shit.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying happened?
I will tell you. I'm going to tell you what I'm saying moving forward, not you trying to argue some shit in the back, bro. Don't look that. How the hell are you about to get your ass whooped in an argument when you got all the good shit? Errol Spence Jr., if he, and this is me saying, if he decides to say, I'm going to take a tune-up fight at 154 in December, and I want to have the rematch at 154, Bud, can we have the rematch at 154 in May? Bud can wait, either do one of two things. He can either wait till May while Errol gets a fight in between, or he can go fight Duran if he wants to hold them belts.
Okay, so
what I would do if I was him is like that gives Boots go ahead and take a pound of meat out that man's ass, because that's exactly what's going to happen in that fight.
Oh, so that's where you're standing at now? That you on that side?
Oh, I've been said that. He's definitely going to take a pound out of that man's ass for sure. Oh, Boots is definitely going to take a chunk out that man's ass for sure. Even in a loss, that man's going to get pieced up.
I like Boots more than Bud, but right now he's not beating Bud.
Man, whatever. I didn't say beat him. I said take a pound of flesh out that man's ass is what I said. So good fight. But at the same time, yeah, if I'm Errol, I most definitely would do that. Man, get up to 154, have an easy fight. When I mean an easy Z fight.
So we ain't talking about Zoo or nobody. We ain't talking
easy.
I'm talking
about you can move up. I'm talking about you can fight. I'll fight Adrian Broner at 154. Move your ass up, Adrian. Let's get a little work in at 154. Payday. We'll do an Adrian Broner one that easy. Come out that fight unscathed, feeling a little bit better. Get back in there and fight Bud again. That man has given everything to the sport, bro. He's the only one of these dudes actually talking about it and being about it. Errol. Ain't no Avanesians. Ain't no I've been sneezing. Ain't no Amir Khans.
When you say talking about it, being about it, what do you mean by that?
As in he said what he's going to do and he did what he said he's going to do.
But you just said it don't matter what he said because he said he don't do tune-ups.
I said that he is talking about it and being about it. He's done what he has said he's going to do, and he did it. Now, when I say he doesn't need to take a tune-up, I'm telling you what I would do if I was him. I am fully confident that he's going to turn around and fight Errol Terence right away. I have no doubt.
No doubt about it. As he should, though.
Yeah, I have no doubt about it. No, as he will, not as he should. As he should do is stop being, it's my personal opinion, is stop being so hard-headed. Hard heads make soft behinds. That's hard-headed. Take an easy fight, bro. These cats ain't lying to you. But Roy Jones Jr. ain't lying to you. Get you a tune-up. Let your body rest up. Get somebody that fights in a similar style. Have 2 training camps where you feel like you're as sharp and as strong as you possibly can be. And then get back in the ring with it because there ain't no money out there for Bud anyway. So where's Bud going to go to get that money? Nowhere. There ain't no money out there for Bud. And start using the politics to your advantage. There is no money out there for Bud other than Keith Thurman, who, by the way, may also take a couple chunks out of that man too. Because Keith Thurman ain't no joke as a fighter. Even though people want to dismiss Keith Thurman ain't a joke. Keith Thurman is a good fighter. He's a good fighter, very, very good fighter. Let him fight Keith Thurman. Let him fight Jaron Ennis, or let him fight at somebody at 154, or let him sit there. Either way it goes. I really do wish he would have took a tune-up. I don't like the fact that he took 15 months. He's only fought 1 time in the last 3 years to get in there with Bud. I don't like that. So, that's me.
He fought 1 time in the last 3 years?
He's fought before Bud. He fought 1 time in the last 3 years. Yeah. Think about it. He was off a year and a half. He was off at a year and a half before he fought Ugas, and he was off a year and a half after he fought Ugas. That's 1 time in 3 years. I'll look at the dates to see if I'm off a little bit, but generally speaking there. Hold on. Errol, Spence. We will see before he fought Bud. Errol Spence, not no Errol Spence. God dog. Errol Spence. Let's see. Errol Spence fought before he fought Bud from 2020 to 2023. He had 1 fight. That's 1 fight in about 2 years. Yeah, it's about 1 fight. That's 1 fight in 2 years.
1 fight in 2 years. 1 fight in 2 years.
Yeah, he had 1 fight in 2 years. 1 fight in 2 years. No, I don't. And he's only had 2 fights. Let's go to this. He had 2 fights. Won 2 fights in the last 4 years. He's only had 2 fights in 4 years. That's 1 fight every other year. He could definitely be rusty. He can definitely not be sharp. He needs tune-ups. He absolutely does.
If Bud and Errol would have fought in November, I think Bud would have been around the same thing.
Oh, look. Bud Crawford has fought every single solitary year, and he's fighting tin cans. And he had him against tin cans. Fights against guys that weren't no way he was going to lose to, like David Avanesian and Amir Khan. He took a bunch of tune-ups, bro. There's no reason that Errol can't take tune-ups. Errol, in my opinion.
But is that what you're saying? Why he wanted to fight though? Is that the point?
Man, don't try to put no words in my mouth.
I'm asking. I didn't put words. I asked you a question.
I did not say that. I'm telling you facts. That he has not had a lot. He's had 1 fight in 3 years. 1 fight in 3 years. That's what I'm saying. He's had 2 fights in 4 years. That's not very active. He's a very, very inactive fighter. So he gets in there and against a fighter that's active and an excellent fighter that's active. I think he should be more active. And there's no way that you can argue with me about the need for fighters to be active. Come on, man.
But Bud, let's be clear though. Bud's not that much of an active fighter. Bud fights once a year, if that.
He fought 2 times in the last year.
Just now. But
he's fought 3 times. He's more active than Errol Spence Jr. is.
Yes,
Terence Crawford is
small margin.
Let's tell you how active Terence Crawford has been. Since 2019, he has fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Since 2019, man. Since 2019. Before Errol, and since 2019, actually more than that. Because he fought in 2019, he fought Amir Khan. He fought twice in 2019, once in 2020, once in 20, and I do believe he fought twice. Once in 2021, once in 2022, and 2023. The man has been way more active than Errol Spence Jr. has, and he took tune-up fights where Errol's never done anything but fight top-notch competition. The past doesn't change, bro. I got 2 cats behind you, though, brother.
All right, that was crazy. All right.
Yeah, you dog. Seriously, you tried.
That was crazy. You changed on that one, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Changed what?
On that one. You switched
changed
up
what?
on that one, man. Y'all changed the whole song.
What's the whole song?
We went from R&B to punk rock. That was crazy.
What are you talking about?
That was great because now it's about the amount of fight. I guess if anybody's going to talk about Errol being drained, I feel like Errol was drained. I feel like Errol was drained. But now we're talking about how many fights.
Let me be very clear.
Hold on, real quick. I know you about to come up real quick because I know you're going to keep going. If he wouldn't have, if they was going to fight in November, Errol would have just fought in April, and Bud wouldn't have fought since Porter, which was a whole year. Y'all was not gonna let me come up here and be like, well, if Bud didn't get the fight in a year, that's why. Come on, y'all wasn't accepting that from
hey,
Bud.
Let's not get into mind reading. Let's not.
It's not a mind read. That's a fact.
Yes,
you was not letting nobody get on there and
because
say
you're trying to tell me.
Hold on, you wasn't letting nobody.
Hold on, you're trying to tell me what I would do if
you wasn't letting.
You
nobody
don't know that. If Bud Crawford would have, dude, I'm a factual individual, bro.
Come on,
dog. Seriously.
I got all the respect for you in the world, but you was not letting me get on your platform and say, "Come on, man! If Bud would have got to fight somebody,
you told me, stop, man. If you told me that somebody, and you could show me on BoxRec that somebody had fought one time in the last 3 years, I would say that they're inactive. Come on, man. If anybody that goes into the ring and fought one time in 3 years, that's the definition of inactive. That's a fact that he's been inactive. He was in a car accident that kept him out for 2 years against Danny Garcia. And then he took a year off. It took a year and a half off before he fought Yordenis Ugas. And he was in injury before that, and that got delayed because he was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao. And then Bud jumped out of a negotiation, and the negotiation took 15 months. Those are facts, man. So to say that somebody needs to get a tune-up after getting their ass whooped, come on, man. The discussion, you're changing up the discussion. I'm not saying that his inactivity is the reason why he lost the fight. You asked me that, which is why I said, no, don't ask me that. Don't even bring that up for question. We're talking about what Errol should do moving forward. And move, because that's the subject.
No. You were saying that. I was talking about the dude that was talking to me when you took your break.
I'm telling you what I'm saying.
I understand that, but
don't say I changed it up. I didn't change it up.
You got on it because I was responding to the dude that got on before you.
I didn't change anything up.
I wasn't even talking to you. I was responding to the dude that got on your platform and said what he said. I was responding to the bullshit he said. How are you telling me that
I changed it up then?
Because I was responding to what he said. I wasn't talking about what you was talking about. I was talking about the bullshit he was saying. He got on there and said some bullshit.
I didn't hear it. I was on a coffee break.
See, that's why I understand why we're having
two different conversations.
Because you didn't hear what he was saying. You'd have heard what he was saying. He was saying some bullshit.
Just a second ago, you told me that would not let you talk about inactivity if Terence Crawford had lost. That's
you would have killed me for it. You'd have let me say it, but you would have killed me for now. You would have killed me for that.
No, see now, watch there. That's you talking about me and not the last guy. You're talking about me, not the last guy. So since you're talking about me and not the last guy, let me assure you, if you told me that Bud Crawford had fought one time in the last 3 years, I would say that's inactivity because it is. How could I not say that? How could I not say that, yes, if Terence Crawford had only fought one time in 3 years and he got his ass whooped, that it would not be unreasonable for him to take a tune-up before he got back in the ring? I would say that because that has nothing to do with whether or not Terence Crawford won the fight or he would win the next fight. Inactivity and ring rust is a very real thing, man.
And no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
So let me move on. So then leave it at no doubt about it, and don't try to say I'm saying something I'm not saying.
All right, man. All right, man.
Now I didn't switch it up. You were talking about me. You weren't talking about him.
I'm getting back in line, man. I'm just gonna get back in line, man. I'm coming back around.
Yeah,
man.
think about it, dog. Think about it.
I'm spinning the block.
Yeah, spin the block. Think about it carefully. Do me a favor. Rewind. Listen to the portion that I said where I was talking, and then come back because you were talking about me. You were not talking about the last dude, bro. You're not talking about the last dude. You're not talking about the last dude. Hold on 1 second. Fannon playing with his food again before the next call. Love the stream. Dude, these guys can't even win a good argument, dog. Come on, bro. Don't walk in. He mad because he walking into shit. That's what it is. Upper echelon. Hey, man, hold on 1 second, upper echelon. All right, man. Look, don't freeload. Hit the like, man. Okay, the channel is just don't. Hey, look, dog. Don't freeload. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, support the channel some way, shape, or form. Don't freeload. Okay? No joke. Don't freeload. Hit the like button because I know y'all out here, trolls out here waiting to get some work. Y'all ain't getting no work from around here. All right, what's going on, upper echelon? Okay, upper echelon is not there. G-Man King, how can I help you?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hey, first of all, I got no battery in the back today, or whatever you're gonna say. Your statement about Spence didn't fight for 3 years, that's false. That's false because
That's not my statement.
what you said that he hasn't fought in 3 years, that's not
That's
true.
not what I said.
That's literally
No,
what you
it's
said.
not what I said. I
You
said
said
he
that-
fought one time
Yeah,
in about
that dude
3 years.
fought one time.
So you're gone right there. I said he fought once in 3 years. I didn't say he didn't fight at all in 3 years. Come back later. Get your story right. And by the way, King, I was approximating, but I did not say he did not fight in 3 years. I did not say that at all. So come back later. Come back again with that. Get your stuff straight. Got to clean it up. Suleiman the Great, what's up?
Yeah, how you doing for that, man? Great show, great show. Yeah, man.
Thank you,
So
brother.
that's good that Errol Spence gonna continue his career and move up in weight. He could attain a world championship at another level, another weight division, and like Michael Nunn did when Michael Nunn got knocked out by James Toney, he went to 168, won the title, then defended it a couple of times, and he could do the same thing. He could be like a James Toney type of fighter. I think what he should do is if negotiate with Terence, see if they could buy out that rematch clause that they got, that contract. Is that possible? Can he sell the the contract so Terence could fight somebody else and he could move on to another division?
I'm sorry. Say that again. Can he do what?
Can
I
he
missed that.
monetize the rematch clause? The rematch clause that he has, right? Let's say he decides not to get the rematch. Can he get some step aside money for that?
No. If he decides not to do it, no, he can't get any step aside money because he walked away from it.
So he
nah.
can't cash out on it, right?
Exercise it, he has to exercise. He has to take it. If he decides not to take it, they don't owe him anything. So
Well,
no,
in my opinion, he lost every round, right? And he could move on to bigger and better things, cash out. I mean, don't take the rematch. Move on to what I think 154 is too little weight. He should move like to 168. 168, is real hot right now. He could attain the title up there. Those titles probably gonna fragment or 160. Like 160 right there. You got the WBA, you got the WBO. Janabek and him will be very compatible if he moves up there. He'll get acclimated to 160, get a title there. Make a name for himself up there. Start continue his brand, another legacy of his ATG status. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So
sir.
so thanks a lot for having me on, man. I got nothing but compliments, sir. You have a great day.
All right, you as well, brother. You as well. What's going on, Jeffrey Brooks? What's happening with you, sir?
Hey, my man, for now, what's going on? Man, I'm, over here listening and everything about the whole thing of why Earl might have lost and everything. And, I'm gonna say this because, well, as far as me and we so far lately, we've been seeing eye to eye on pretty much the topic about this topic. But so I most definitely can't put words in your mouth as far as, with anything. Cause I don't know if I don't know if I missed that segment, you saying that or whatever, but I'm gonna say far as the whole Spitz fans and every other channel I've been watching before the fight, I haven't heard before the fight, leading up to the fight, I haven't heard not one time, not one person said that Earl Spence looked at weight drained or dehydrated before the fight until after the fight. Now, now after the fight, I did say, well, I said it before the fight. I just didn't talk to you about it. I did say, so far as his face, something looked like it was on his something was on his mind. You know what I'm saying, before the fight. So I don't know if he had something on his mind or whatever. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I gave him the benefit of the doubt of that. But as far as weight drain, only thing I heard everybody say is his body looked great, his condition looked great. He looked like he's in good shape, good health and everything. I didn't hear not one person say that he looked at dehydrated, weight drain, or none. This is all after the fight. So my whole thing is, if people gonna say all this after the fight, then that's nothing but an excuse after that point. And before the fight, okay, if you said it before the fight and then he lose the fight the way he lost, okay, then you get full credit for that. But if you saying everybody's saying this after the fight, then come on, that's only an excuse because everybody was saying he looked real great before that, you know?
No,
So
not everybody.
right, like I said, I don't know if I wouldn't, I might
No,
not
there
have been
were a lot of
watching the
people
show.
that said, look, but here's the thing, man. At the
Okay.
end of the day, bro, there's all kind of professional fighters and boxers saying that the dude looked dead walking in the locker room, walking out of the fight. I said myself that he looks the same, like he didn't put on a pound in between the day that he showed up for the wing and when he showed up to the phony weigh-in to the duties in the locker. He didn't look like he had put on a pound. Like he didn't look, his body looked the same, where Terence looked like he gained weight. But I think we're missing the point of the discussion. The point of the discussion is not what happened in the first fight, because it did happen in the first fight. And Errol himself said the entire time, he said, how do you feel? He said, oh, I feel good. But he said, well, actually not, I don't feel good. It's killing me making this weight. He said that sitting on the podium in the interview the day before the weigh-in.
I heard it.
He said it himself.
Yeah.
He said, this is killing me. He's like, no, he said, I feel great, but now honestly, I'm not feeling good. This is killing me making the weight. That's what he said. He said it was killing him. So there's no idea. There's nothing out here about him not having said that. He said it. But this point right here is what we're talking about is what's going to happen after it for the next fight. He said on the podium, I can't make 147. Hopefully he'll give me the fight at 154. He's not trying to fight for undisputed again at 147. He said it himself right after the fight. Hopefully we can do this again at 147, 154. And I think he said it in the ring. So
yeah,
this man ain't gonna, and dude, there's nothing. You're not catching Errol telling a bunch of stories. No, all this stuff that people are talking about with excuses and this and that. Damn, dude can say what the man wants to do and wants to say. And this is not directly towards you at all. It's directed towards people in the comment section. Fuck y'all and what y'all think. If this is, first of all, that's not me. And it's not, I got the right to look at a fighter and be like, I think he's weight drained. Yeah, he looked like he's weight drained. Yeah, he looks like he's weight drained. Devin Haney looked like a day. Dog, ain't nobody accused me ever of being a gigantic Devin Haney fan. And I'll say, yes, he looked absolutely positively like a skeleton before the Kambosos fight. And his face looked like a skeleton before the fight with Vasily Lomachenko. Dude, being weight drained is real. Now, that's not saying what people are going to think happened in the next fight. But for me to say, yeah, dude, if it was me, and I'm saying this is me, I'm not saying what he said. That's E Moneybags issue. You're trying to, he said, I don't care what Errol said. You asked me what I think.
Right.
What I think is Errol Spence Jr. should take a tune-up. And I thought he should have took a tune-up.
And I said the same thing.
Yeah, he should. I thought he should have taken a tune-up before this fight.
And yeah. And I remember I said I think the reason why he don't lose is because he's been out the ring for 16 months. That was my reason of a TKO was going to happen, because I said I don't think you could be out the ring that long, then hop in the ring with a Bud Crawford and think you're going to be victorious. Those are my exact words on here before the fight, But yeah, I mean, I think that has a lot to do with it. As far as the weight drain, I mean, yeah, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I mean, it's okay that you feel that way. my whole thing was, okay, well, did you say this beforehand or you saying this after the hand? Because that makes a difference on whether if somebody's saying, wait a minute, you just trying to take, credit from Bud Crawford at this point because he beat the hell out of him or whatever. But if you said it beforehand, then okay, then that kind of clarifies that okay, well, you did say that beforehand that he was weight drained, so it's not looking like you're making up excuses now. You know what I'm saying? You really said this beforehand, before the fight, because the way that fight went, you can say a lot of things. You can just say Bud was the better man, really. He was just too much for him, or you can say he was weight drained, or you can say there's a lot of stuff that can be made up, brought about with this. That's why I say the importance of, well, did you say this beforehand? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like I say, I don't know if 50 going up to 54 is going to help.
Let me do something else too. Just on
Okay.
that. I said somebody came up and left a comment on my page yesterday, and they said because I had said that I had Jaron Ennis beating Bud, and then I said after the fight, it's like, man, I don't know if Jaron's going to beat Bud. Because Bud showed me some things that I didn't see before.
Right. So yeah, I remember that.
that. Somebody said to me on my page, I'm using this point to illustrate something.
Okay.
Somebody said, well, no, you already picked Bud to win. Watch this, man. I can change my mind. Fuck you talking about?
Yes, you can.
You can look at a fight, you can see somebody do something, and you could absolutely positively say, you know what?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize that before. I can change my mind. I can change my mind, and so I can change my mind.
Yes, you can.
What's wrong with somebody saying, "Oh, you know what? I saw that. Now I changed my mind." Honestly, though, go ahead though.
I noticed you did that with Sean Porter when Bud fought Sean Porter too. I noticed you kind of changed your mind to it was going to possibly be a stoppage. At first, I think you said it was going to go the distance or whatever, and Bud was going to win by decision. I think at the last minute you changed it to TKO / stoppage, and I remember you doing that. I remember you saying that, but that just only means that you're not a casual, right? That just means you're not a casual. You just analyze and say hey.
You know what made me do that? You know what made me think there was gonna be a knockout?
What?
When I saw Sean Porter give an interview and Bud wasn't there on ESPN, but Sean Porter was, and Sean Porter was yawning, like literally fell asleep. And I was like, man, this dude is out here working his ass off trying to sell his pay-per-view, and Bud is sitting somewhere relaxing. This dude makes me Hey, I got somebody right behind you. I got to get rid of this G-Man King idiot real fast. Sorry, I call him an idiot, but he's going to call me dumb shit.
It's cool. That's all I wanted to talk about. That's all I wanted to touch on.
I appreciate you, man. Come back again, though, for real.
Okay, no problem. Later.
All right, bro.
All right.
Get back. Always a pleasure to talk to him. Hey, my guy, Mr. Harmonica Sony. Thank you, brother, for the $10 holler. It means a lot. How can I help you?
What's up, man? So I'm gonna correct myself. So you were saying that Spence fought in the last 3 years. He fought once.
He fought one. Excuse me. I will tell you what I said and what I meant.
Go ahead.
Okay, because I am talking here extemporaneously, so I don't have the calendar right in front of me.
But you were looking at the box rack.
Listen to me.
Go ahead, brother.
He fought one time in the last 2 years and 7 months before he fought Terence. And 2 years and 7 months, 5 months short of 3 years in between his fight with Danny Garcia and Terence Crawford. So when I say that, I'm talking about before he fought Terence Crawford in the lead-in.
You can't you can't just ignore the Danny Garcia fight and the Bud Crawford fight and say he hasn't fought for 3 years.
Excuse me, I can tell you exactly what I said. That he had fought one time In 2 years and 7 months, in between the time that he fought Danny Garcia and he fought Terence Crawford. So the Danny Garcia fight doesn't count because I'm talking about the time frame in between them. Terence Crawford does not count because I'm talking
That's what
about
I'm
the time
saying.
frame.
You
Because
can't just
I'm talking
exclude those
about the time
fights.
frame in between them. In between those two fights, there was only one fight. Right? Oh, in between those, there was only one fight. That's Ugas.
Yes,
you
but
look
in
at the
2 years
time
and 8
frame.
months, he's fought 3 times.
Excuse me.
You're using the lower end.
Shut up, you fucking. Let me tell you, dude. I'm not in the mood for you to try to nitpick me and not even listen. I will show you because I am sick of dude. Please. I've got other shit to do other than for you to try to score some fucking brownie points by trying to nitpick me.
All right, I get
Okay?
it. I get it.
Shut up and I'll show you and everybody else exactly what I mean.
I have the
I
dates
will
in my
show
head.
you. No, stop talking. I will show you because all you're trying to do is nitpick me. That's what you're trying to do. You have nothing. You do not have anything concrete to say. You just want to nitpick. So let me help you nitpick. This is the date of the fight. You do this every day, bro. And people think that I'm rude because of how I treat you. On 12/5 of 2020, he fought Danny Garcia.
Yes, sir.
I don't even need you to talk, bro. I'm going to put you in the back row.
My bad.
On 2023 of 7/29, that's when he fought Terence Crawford. Do you see the year here? Which is why I said 3 years, because I was talking about calendar years initially. 3 calendar years. This is how many years is between 20 and 23? That's 3. 21, 22, 23. 3 years. This fight, however, right here, between December of 2020 and 7 of 2023 is how many years? That's all of 2021, that's 1. All of 2020, that's 2. And 7 months of 2023, that is 2 years and 7 months, which is closer to 3 than it is to 2. Had he only had one fight, and it's the one in between, Yordanis Ugas. That's what I meant. Please stop trying to nitpick me because I know what I said. In the year of 2020, between the year of 2020 and 2023, he had only had one fight. He had had one fight in 2 years and 7 months. Now, do you want to argue with BoxRec? Because those are the dates.
Calmly, I'm gonna say this. I think it seems like that you're trying to say that he had more activity because you're excluding the Crawford fight and the Danny Garcia
I'm trying
fight.
to say
That's what
exactly what I said. That he had only fought one time in 3 years. I meant calendar years. But since you want to nitpick, I actually brought it down to the months and said it was 2 years and 7 months. Almost 8 months since it was 7/29.
I get your point. I got it, bro.
Then shut up and go away. And stop trying to nitpick me. Now, anybody want to know why I get rude? I get rude because of that. I got to literally argue about something that's stupid. One fight in 3 years, calendar years, 20, 21, 21, 22, 23. He's had 3 fights in that time. I said in between the two, and it was 2 years and 7 months and 29 days. Or 28 days, excuse me. Oh, you're wrong. No, I'm not wrong. And you guys want to ask me why in the world I get rude with dude. Go away. Now, if you'd like to come on with something that is a legitimate conversation, please do. The fact that Errol Spence Jr. was inactive is obvious. He hadn't even fought but one time. He didn't. His last fight was 15 months ago. His last fight was 15 months ago. Fighters are supposed to fight twice a year to stay sharp, twice. He fought once in 15 months. 2 times in how many months was that? 12, 24 plus 7 is 31 months. He had fought 1 time in 31 months. 1 time in 31 months. You're supposed to have, in order to be active, you need 4 fights in that time frame. 4 in that time frame. He had 1. But you don't think that's inactive. Well, what I was trying to say was I was thinking you're trying to discredit Bud and not give Bud his credit because, you know, you mentioning something that's a stone cold fact. It's a stone cold fact, bro. Everybody said that. Now, I'm getting a little tired of throwing people out for ridiculousness, bro. Hey, I don't have time for that. You know, but now I remember you saying Errol should have got a fight, and he absolutely should have got a fight in. I thought he should have fight Keith Thurman. But so what? That's not even the topic. The topic is what's going on forward, bro. Discredit or excuses, they're robots. You can't even mention, well, you know, don't mention he's fat of fighting 3. That's just you trying to take Bud's credit away. Man, please. Bud should have took a fight. That's what I think. He could still lose the fight, even then. What's going on, upper echelon?
Shalom, King. I was in the background when that dude was up there, but let me clarify this right here to the dude. You said everything I said was bull, right? Dude, first I sat there and said Terence Crawford was the better man at 147. I said Errol couldn't mess with him at 147. That was 1. Number 2, I said in the rematch, they're trying to get the fight at 157. But if they get it at 154, that would be cool. We'll see a much bigger, stronger Errol. I sat there and said, we're not taking nothing away from Terence Crawford. He is the better man at 147. I said that. I said, moving forward, Errol doesn't need to fight at such lower weight classes. I mean, I pay my money to watch the fight, and I watch boxing. I'm sitting there telling you, Errol is not good at that weight. What y'all feel, a lot of these Bud fans don't listen to what people say. Y'all take what y'all hear and hear what y'all want. I said, yes, Errol was drained. And we want to see a much stronger, faster, and a more competitive fight. We want to see Errol at his best. That's what boxing is, the best of the best fighting at the best times. And if you want to sit there and say that, Bud stalled the man out for an extra year. We're not bringing that into the consideration. When he was right there in the mojo after fighting Ugas, the man literally stalled him out. And then after his Amnesia fight, didn't ask for the fight. They asked him, who you fight next, Bud? He didn't know who he was fighting until Errol got in another car accident. Then he discreetly said, Errol, you can spin the block again. But we're not bringing that point up. What I'm telling y'all is, yes, Terence won at 147. I'm not making excuses. What I'm saying moving forward is Errol can't make the weight. I mean, you don't have to be rocket scientists. Idiots be acting like they don't understand. Chad Dawson came down to Andre Ward. You see what he looked like. And Bud has preserved his body over the years. Errol has been through wars. And not only has Errol been through wars, Errol hasn't taken the tune-up, which is arrogant on his part. He needs to take a tune-up. Like Fannon said, the man only been in 1 fight in 3 years. He's been in 2 fights since the Sean Porter fight before Bud. And that was 2018, 2019. The man hasn't been active. And I don't care who you is. When you take that type of time off, it's going to diminish your skills. Look at Sugar Ray losing to Camacho Jr. Camacho Jr. not even in the same building as Sugar Ray Leonard. But he was in that building that night because ring rust. I mean, you know, skills pay the bills. You got to keep yourself sharp. You don't just keep something if you don't use it. To get better, you have to practice daily. You have to practice at your craft.
Hey, bro, I got a cat right behind you, upper
All
echelon.
right. Let me wrap it up, though. But, dude, listen to what I said and listen to what I meant. Like I said, Errol is the better man at a different weight class. You coming up here spewing all that other bullshit, dog. Y'all need to learn how to listen. And I'll holler at you another day when I got time, dude.
All right, I mean, I got time, man. I just got 2 cats right behind you, bro. And this, like, you know, it's like I want to talk about what's going forward.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
really
was
do.
saying. Like Earl
Like
would be a lot
that's
better.
the subject matter. The subject matter is that, bro. Like, and I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that to like just like
And that's what I talked about when you was gone. Like I was saying, I had contacted
I
Derek
got you,
James,
bro.
and he said that you know, he wouldn't say what was wrong, but you know, he said hopefully at a comfortable weight, Earl not coming back down to 147. And that's why I was telling him, I was like, when you dehydrate your body like that, you lose motor skill functions. You can look that up. And like we didn't get to see what Earl looked like at the weigh-in. That's why I don't like when they do that private weigh-in stuff. Usually when big money's on the thing, you're supposed to get a public weigh-in so you can see what the fighters look like. You don't see what they look like when they do the mock weigh-ins.
Hey, upper echelon. Let me move to these dudes though, bro. Let me
All right,
cut
man.
forward, bro. And because I don't want E Money Bags wanted to jump back up, and you guys gonna make this in like, and I don't mind it, man. That's more like I don't mind it, but let me get this guy Ja and Amir, and if you guys want to jump back up here, I'm cool with that.
All
But
right.
obviously, bro, I listen to what E Money Bags just trying to kick the dog. All right, brother.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
All right, man. Get back. Ja, man, what's up? Hold on one second, Ja. Hey, Mr. Tell It Like It Is said for the cause, and I mean it, upper echelon. Please jump back on. For the cause, said Team Spence. For the black and blood, back in blood, yes, sir. And my guy Frederick Meadows said, man, this stuff with King is not even funny anymore. It's just sad and weird, bro. Like, dude, these people do not listen. You just got in your mind that I'm saying something, and you were anticipating me saying something. You just want to get up here to talk, bro. This shit is annoying. Excuse my language. It's just I keep cussing. It's annoying to me. What's going on, Ja? How can I help you, brother?
Peace and blessings. I just wanted to speak on Errol, and then I had a question about the Devin thing.
Yeah.
I seen in Errol like people saying he might be better at a higher weight. Like I don't really see nothing changing in his style. And then I think the injury's taking a toll on him. I think before this fight, because it's a reason why people in the boxing world saying that he should retire, because it's stuff that we probably don't know that they know about his injuries and stuff, and that's what they do when they had a fight. Like they research all of that stuff, so it's not to be used as an excuse. Like nothing is an excuse after the fight is already signed. Like that's part of boxing, is researching your opponent and knowing what they tells and everything is. Like when people say they ain't watching, they either fighting an opponent that they know they're gonna win easily, like just to build their record, or they lying. Like it's either they lying or they fighting somebody they know is an easy win. They're set up for them to win. But with Earl, the way he looked, he kind of looked like he done. Like his it wasn't about his physical skills. Like pay attention when he fighting Danny Garcia or even Mikey Garcia, cause Mikey's smaller. Like he's thinking. When he fought Bud, he was treating it like he was like his first fight or something. Like he just walking straight and he wasn't even thinking. Like, which tell me he probably already was done before the fight. He just, cause he got a ranch and stuff. Like he talk about that stuff more than he really talk about being a champion and stuff. But I don't know. I think he might be done. And as a boxer, it's hard to be done. Even like look at Roy Jones. Like I've been not wanting to see another Roy Jones fight since since Tarver knocked him out, and he still be fighting. Like it's hard for boxers to let go. It might be time for him to let go though. Car accidents, a car accident like that is crazy, and he still was fighting after that. People get less injuries and they don't fight. But then I wanted to ask, like, what's up with Devin? Because I don't know what's going on with that. Like, how people taking a loss from that.
Say that again. What about Devin?
What's going on with him now? Because in the title, it say Devin Haney fans take a loss.
Oh, yeah, they take a loss with me. They said, because you remember when these guys were saying about that 75-25 stuff?
Yes.
The purse split, you remember how I said that was Bob Arum that offered the 75-25?
Right.
It wasn't. It was Devin Haney that came up with the 75-25 because that's what Bill Haney said. Bill Haney said that no, that that how can you ask for a percentage against the undisputed champion? You're supposed to just get a price. You're gonna earn how much money you get for the fight, and he didn't want to just take a flat fee. So first they offered Shakur Stevenson a flat fee, and then Devin said, "No, how about we offer him 75-25?" So everybody that was saying that was Bob Arum and Devin and Bob Arum that asked that and wanted that from Shakur, and Bob Arum named that price. The people that got up on my channel talking about that took a loss to me because I said, why in the world would that be? Why would Bob Arum say that? But now,
all right.
Yeah, I got to move forward,
really
bro.
makes sense
I got to move forward, y'all.
Can I speak on that and then?
Yeah, go ahead, man. But
all right, so one thing, Bob Arum, he signed Shakur first. Shakur is his superstar, or they're having fighting people like Keyshawn. Why you right about that? But there's another side. If Bob Arum think that Shakur could beat him, it's possible that he would tell him to take it.
It's not because he gets paid on a percentage. That's if he gets paid off of Bob Arum gets a cut he's a promoter. So if they do a pay-per-view, they do anything like that, then Bob Arum is going to get paid from the side of the money that comes from from Shakur. It does not make any sense for Bob Arum as a promoter who's about the money to try to negotiate his own fighter down. That doesn't make sense. So I told people from the jump that doesn't make sense. Now, when Rachel Donaire got on and said, "Hey, you're talking about a percentage of the budget for the fight," when they're talking about the percentage, then people are like, "Well, I told you it was Bob," and I said, "No, it doesn't have to be Bob. Just because it's a percentage of the budget, it still doesn't make sense for Bob to say to somebody he's not promoting, you take the lion's share and let mine get 25%.
What if they lose the belts to the PBC though? If Devin goes somewhere else and fight and lose,
that
because
still
the belts is like leverage.
How? Who's he gonna fight in the PBC to lose the belts to?
I mean, he could fight Frank Martin.
He's locked in, dude. He's locked in as a mandatory. He can't go fight somebody else because he's the man, because Shakur's the mandatory.
Okay, yeah, then that don't make sense at all.
No, it never did make any sense.
It's like they gotta fight Shakur. Why would they? Yeah,
they gotta either fight Shakur, they gotta fight Lomachenko. It made no sense.
Right.
And I told people it didn't make any sense. But every time I do that, I'm just a Devin hater. When I'm telling you that shit.
Yeah, I was just talking though, because I don't.
Yeah, I gotta move, bro. I gotta move, guys.
Presenting like what people might say, like, oh, this. But yeah, I'm a hot buff though. Appreciate.
All right, brother. Hey, man, make sure you come back again, man. I just want to get this guy to Amir, and then if y'all want to come back on and chop it up, I'm 100% with it. I just don't really like the long line.
All right. Peace and blessings.
All right, brother. Every time, Ja. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Amir, I'm sorry. Naeem,
Amir. Appreciate you having me on, man. Hey, listen, it's a lot of excuses, right? Look, I'm a boxing fan, so I thought it definitely was going to be a closer fight. But when I watch both fighters, we watch fighters over the years, and I really want to know what you feel about it. But he's just a better fighter, meaning athletic, skill wise. Of course, everybody got a punch a chance, and Spence a dog. But realistically, when you watch him, Bud just a better fighter, and I don't see it at 154 really being no different. I mean, this weight drain stuff, everybody go through it. I just seen the video of Regis. Regis is killing himself. So everybody run into this stuff, man. Devin definitely been killing this stuff. You're right. He be looking like Skeletor. And sometimes I think later in fights at Haney. Listen, man, these fighters, they better make a real decision when they do these things, because ain't nobody gonna want to hear that stuff when you get your head knocked off in the ring. And that's the thing. So I think it'd be a better fight maybe at 154, but I just think skill-wise, I just think Bud is different. And of course he's different than anybody else Spence fought. That's why it was a super fight, but I don't think he could beat him. I just don't think he could beat him. Outside of that, I mean, Dev, Tank, Shakur, I think on the right night, they all could beat each other, truthfully. Of course, Tank is, he the Dein, he the money man. But yeah, And Tank too. I really want to see Tank in a 50-50 fight. You agree? He really never been in a 50-50 fight.
Buzz never been in a 50-50 fight.
I mean, this just was. This
No, it
was
wasn't.
just a 50-50 fight.
You just said it wasn't a 50-50 fight.
No, I know. I said it was a 50-50 fight. I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
you said you don't care what happens. He's just a better fighter. That ain't a 50-50 fight.
I mean, but it's more like 60-40, 70-30 now because we've seen it. But I'm talking about going into it, it was clearly 50-50. Like, but now it's like, and again, everybody got a puncher's chance. But I want to see. I really want to see. Like I hear people talking about this is really insulting.
Well,
Talking
then
about
let me back up then. Since that's
okay.
how you define a 50-50 fight, then yeah, bud, Terence Gervonta's been in a 50-50 fight. Yeah.
Well, who?
Pedraza.
Brian?
Pedraza.
Oh, I agree. You're right. You're right. Earl, you're right. You're right with that. You know, I'm saying now since they really been, they're a little bit more grown into their stuff, and it's like, okay, you know what I mean? But the insulting thing is I hear people talking about, what's this guy name? Throw all of nothing but hooks. Yeah, please, come on. We don't want to see that. Why would people even say we want to see that? I really don't get it. I really don't. Why we want to see that? I mean, for what? Again, at this point, Tank a big dog. I wouldn't think Tank. Again, he could take whatever he want and give whoever somebody some small change, but Tank upwards of 30-40 million last fight. I would like to think he want to see close to that the next one. So I think Tank want the big ones all we through and through now. But nobody want to see Isan Cruz. We already know. We know the outcome already. Clearly, the Spence Crawford joint, we didn't really know the outcome. We just really didn't until we just actually seen it. That's what made it great. Again, I think Tank, if he fight Dev or Shakur, will be favored slightly, but they can win. So, and I think at the end of the day, I don't know what Spence is going to do, truthfully. But again, the right fighter in front of him, he's going to beat. But I don't think he could beat. And I'm from Philadelphia. I'm a Philadelphia guy, so I think Boots beat all of them. He just lacking experience, but he uber talented. But I think Bud is of course not going to fight. It don't make no sense for them to fight him. It's just too high, too low reward, high risk. So they're not going to fight Boots.
Well, then. So do you excuse him for not fighting Boots?
Nah, I don't excuse, but that's just how it go. Who does it? Nobody.
Then let me tell you right there. Then you should excuse Gervonta for not fighting them because there's nothing in him for him fighting Devin Haney or Shakur.
I mean, well, who will he fight? I mean, he can fight Tio.
Whoever he wants to fight. Whoever he wants to fight.
Everybody know he's gonna go in and win it already.
Doesn't matter.
I mean.
If Terence Crawford ain't got to fight Boots, then Gervonta ain't got to fight Shakur or Devin.
No, you know
neither one of them are moving the needle for him.
You know what's a little different though? Bud is 36. They still in their 20s. They still in their prime. Even though Bud proved he's still prime, but he wants some money these last 2 or 3 fights, and he done. That's just going to be the reality situation.
Then Terence, then Jerron I played devil's advocate. Gervonta wants more money then.
Who he going to fight?
Anybody he wants.
But the money only going to come with Tio, Shakur, or Dev.
Wrong. His money came with Isan Cruz. His money came with Rolly Romero. His money came with Hector Garcia. His money is literally come with every single solitary one of them.
But it wasn't the Ryan money. Again,
it was more money. It was more. That man is making between 10 and 50. He's making about $15 million a fight with those dudes.
Yeah, again, he can keep giving a couple of them, but I heard he made upwards of 40 with the Ryan.
With Ryan, ain't none of those guys bringing him no 40.
They might bring him 20.
No, they
25.
not. No.
Now again,
watch this, and I'm going to tell you exactly why I know they're not. Because you did 650,000. They did 650,000 pay-per-views with Errol and Terence. Got 650,000 pay-per-views. They did half. Yeah. That fight did half. Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis ain't going to do no 650. It's nowhere near as big a fight as Errol and Terence is. So how is he supposed to get? How's he going to come anywhere near that money with those dudes? It's just high risk, low reward. They're high risk, low reward.
Low reward, it's a smack in the face for now. Not
It's
low
reward relative to what he would make without him. He'll make more money off Isaac Cruz.
Because he don't have to give Isaac Cruz no money. I agree.
No,
they don't
because
make no
he's
money.
Gonna have a bunch of Mexican fans watch it.
No,
that's why.
That ain't. Well, hold on. Now as you talked about that, Floyd is mentor. What about this? The brothers getting money with the brothers, but now we're talking about Mexicans.
What about the brothers getting money with the brothers? Get some money with the kid. I'm all in favor of the brothers getting money with the brothers. Go ahead and fight Devin and get your money, brothers.
That's what Floyd said. But however, again, I like Spence. Spencer, listen, man, Spencer be embarrassed if he hear what part of people making excuses for him. Spencer, a real one. Bud, real one too, though. Like we forget, like Bud official. And I just think, just athletically, again, I think Boots would beat them all right now. Boots 23. He can't beat him in experience, of course, but Boots is uber talented. And we'll see. They're going to be out the way at some point. Maybe see him at 50. It's over, but they're not going to fight. Really, Thurman the chump. Thurman need to fight Boots, for real.
Hey, man, we got to move on, brother. This is like the third topic, brother. I appreciate you, man.
All right.
Please come back again, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Sure. Right.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, dude. Because that was a nice conversation. Hold on a second, man. Let me see. They said, man, this stuff with King is not even funny anymore. It's just sad and weird. Man, that dude is just a pain in the behind, bro. Like, just Jesus Christ. Rollo Green, how can I help you, man?
What's up, Fannon? Great morning to you, brother.
Man, you as well, sir. How can I help you?
How is fighting for undisputed high risk, low reward? That's for all the marbles, Tank and Devin. That can never be high risk, low reward. The reward is being undisputed. I don't get what y'all guys are thinking about. That's these fighters' dream is to be undisputed. That's the highest pinnacle you can get in boxing. How is that low? I don't understand that.
Easy. Easy. Gervonta Davis doesn't want him.
A boxer that don't want to be undisputed?
Yeah. Gervonta didn't want to. Gervonta said he don't care.
Why are we letting this guy get away with fighting cans, man? Fight the champions.
Gervonta Davis said he don't care about being undisputed.
Right. So now I'm switching to...
He could have fought George Kambosos. He told George Kambosos, yeah, I'll fight you. Drop those belts. I'll fight you.
Right. We just let them get away with that. Why ain't nobody speaking up on this?
Why would I
speak on Devin?
Why would I speak on it?
Because it's ducking.
Ducking. You said so? You think Devin is ducking Gervonta? You think Gervonta's ducking Devin?
I mean, if he don't want the belts, if he don't want to fight the champions, because in boxing, that's what you do. He
either ducking him or he's not ducking him. Are you saying Gervonta's ducking Devin?
If he don't want the belts, yeah, he been ducking them. Yeah, let's get it out in the clear. He been ducking all the champions.
No, he's never ducked that man. He's never ducked.
He's ducked all the champions at 135 because he's never fought them in 5 years.
No, he's not. Absolutely, positively not true. That he's ducked those guys. Absolutely not true.
Okay, for now, why hasn't Tank fought a champion since he's been at 135?
Because the other champions are over there at Top Rank, and he is the WBA world champion. He has a belt and he fought his mandatories. Those belts are over there with Top Rank. That's why he hasn't fought them, because they're over there. All those belts are over there with Top Rank, and Top Rank fighters were fighting each other. That's why.
So Top Rank and PBC don't make championship fights?
They haven't made them with Gervonta Davis. And matter of fact, Bob Arum said he doesn't even want the fights. He said, why would we make a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis when I won't make any money? That's what Bob Arum said.
He won't make any money with the face of boxing?
He will not make, that's what he said.
Well, who's he gonna make money with if he can't make it with the face of boxing?
He's gonna make money by with the guys that are all underneath his own promotional banner.
So let me ask you this:
where he promotes both guys.
Do you think?
Go ask Bob. No, seriously. Let me finish. You go ask Bob Arum why he said that. But Bob Arum said that he didn't duck Devin Haney. Devin Haney's been on a 3-fight contract with Top Rank and had 3 fights lined up. 2 with George Kambosos, and the other one with Lomachenko. Before that, George Kambosos won a title against Teofimo Lopez. Before that, Teofimo Lopez had the IBF title and he fought Lomachenko. Before that, Lomachenko fought for a vacant WBC. All of those shots and all of those fights in the lightweight have all been preordained for at least the last 4 years.
Devin wasn't with Top Rank. I mean, he
Yes,
made
he
the
was.
deal happen.
Yes, he was.
Kambosos wasn't with Top Rank, was he? He was a Lou DiBella fighter.
Excuse me. Yes, he was.
Kambosos was signed to Top Rank before he fought
George Kambosos. George Kambosos is an IBF mandatory. He was the IBF mandatory. And when he became the IBF mandatory, Teofimo Lopez, that fight was going to be on Top Rank, on an ESPN card. And then Teofimo Lopez didn't like the money. So Teofimo Lopez said, we're going to force it to a purse bid. That Triller won. When Triller won the purse bid, there was a bunch of delays. And then ultimately, Teofimo Lopez and those guys wound up fighting on DAZN. When Kambosos won the fight, Devin Haney was offered the fight by George Kambosos to fight him. DAZN didn't want to pay for the fight. As a result, they went and had a negotiation with Lomachenko where Lomachenko had agreed to fight for the title against George Kambosos. And then when Lomachenko went into a war, when Serbia went to war, not Serbia, excuse me, Ukraine went to war, got invaded by Russia, the fight got called off. Devin Haney, to get that title shot, signed a co-promotional deal with Bob Arum. And guess what? So did George Kambosos, because George Kambosos has been fighting on Top Rank ever since.
Right, ever since he got the belt. Well, Bob sure didn't seem to have a problem trying to make the Loma and Tank fight back then. Remember that?
No, he did have a problem with it. He never tried to make it. He never tried to make that fight. Matter of fact,
I remember Bob saying, man, don't keep asking me about Tank. They don't want to fight.
Do you remember when they were both at 130 and Lomachenko moved to 135 when Tank was still at 130? Lomachenko moved out of that weight class. Gervonta didn't. Gervonta Davis is in order to make a fight with Gervonta Davis, Bob Arum has to give that fight over to Showtime. They have to give the fight over to Showtime because they're not going to get a fight with Gervonta Davis on ESPN. Because Gervonta Davis is too big a name, which means Gervonta Davis is going to take all the money, and there's going to be that much less for Bob Arum to make. And Bob Arum is making in-house fights, just like he told Devin Haney. The reason you ain't fought for a championship yet is because you're with the wrong promoter. Bob Arum, if he has a fighter that fights with him, 2 guys signed to him, he's making money on both fights. He keeps the money on both fights for both fighters. Those are just facts.
How does the Fury and Wilder, ain't that top ranking PBC?
That was Queensland. That was Queensland and Deontay to start with. Then after Deontay and those guys did numbers, then Terence Crawford, then Top Rank got involved and Tyson Fury signed with them in between the first and the second fight.
Oh, so Tyson Fury wasn't with him the first fight?
No, was not with Top Rank the first fight. He didn't get with them. And then guess what happened? In between the second and the third, Bob Arum tried to pull him out of the fight. Bob Arum tried to stop the third fight from happening once he got that belt so that he could have in-house fights with Top Rank, and he didn't have to do it. But I ain't got to move to the next dude. I appreciate you, Rollo.
All right, bud.
Sean Lewis, what's going on, brother? How can I help you, man?
Hey, what's going on, Fannon? How you doing this morning?
I'm well, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I got a quick question for you. So we've been talking about the Spence and Crawford fight, right? So
Yes.
Do you think in that fight that Spence's eye is okay? Because from what I noticed from the fight, if you ever pay attention to, like, it seemed like his peripheral vision is not there anymore from the side. When he fought Ugas was coming straight forward. So by him coming straight forward, he didn't expose that his eye wasn't right. I'm not sure if his eye is still good from that retinal surgery, because it seemed like Terence Crawford exposed that his peripheral vision is just not there anymore. What do you think?
Man, I have no clue about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that was a question I had, man, because I never heard nobody talking about that. Because I was really watching the fight. I'm like, man, he's taking all these angles, and it's like Spence wasn't even seeing the punches coming at all. He wasn't trying to move. He wasn't trying to get out the way from the punch, nothing. So I don't know.
Yeah, I can't tell you, man. I don't know if it had anything to do with his eye. I hadn't heard that. I have no idea. There's nothing I could really add on to that.
Okay. All right, brother.
All right, bro.
I was checking in with you. All right.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Take care now.
Take you to 8. I'm sorry, I jumped off too quick. Hold on one second, Kamal. No, I think Aaron Muhammad, man. Thank you, Aaron Muhammad. Said, hey, Fannon, for the 50+ crew, man, we got to keep teaching these youngsters, man. Thank you, bro. They're going to learn some respect today. Man, he's like, look, man, like, yeah, I'm tired of having the clip cats out here in this comment section, man. I'm really not trying to talk about what happened in the fight. We're trying to talk about what's going on and what's going to happen moving forward. But come on, Oz, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Fannon? I'm going to stay on topic today, or at least the topic of the last couple of callers. I think people are missing massive points when it comes to saying, hey, Tank should fight Shakur Stevenson. Tank should fight Devin Haney. Number one, look at what happened with Spence and Crawford. And Crawford wasn't even with Top Rank. He was a free agent. Look at all the sacrifices that Spence made to get that fight over the hill. Look at how he was being blasted by corporate media, libeled and slandered to the point of just changing narratives that was really poisoning people's wells. And in the end, the fight that people wanted to see, as I predicted, would do less than Tank versus Ryan Garcia. It did half of that in pay-per-views. These people are saying Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson versus Tank are going to be these huge draws. They're not. They are not. Shakur Stevenson, has he even been on a pay-per-view? Great fighter. I'm not taking away anything from his skills in the ring. Also, these guys' actions, letting you know that they're delusional and hard to negotiate with, are they going to be likely to, is it going to be easy to make a Tank fight versus any of those guys that are not there? No. Tank has a number of different fights already easy, ready to make, starting with Frank Martin. He could fight Edwin De Los Santos, who's under the PBC banner. He could do a rematch with Pitbull Cruz. And in the grand scheme of things, you know what, Fannon, I'm so disgusted with how Errol Spence Jr. was treated throughout this whole thing that I say Tank and Floyd have a master plan. They're winning. They have people like Madonna, who I didn't even know who was in the sports, showing up to their fights. They need to continue what they're doing. You're not going to fight Shakur, from Shakur Stevens' perspective, disrespecting Steven Espinoza and being delusional and all of that. You're not endearing yourself to making a Tank fight likely when you're trashing his coaches. That's just the bottom line. And because you identify Shakur Stevenson as being a great fighter in the ring, which I do as well, that doesn't mean that he and Tank are going to have this massive pay-per-view draw. The Spence Crawford fight, and I think it was lower than it could have been because of Crawford's delays and the drama surrounding it, but it just proved that Errol Spence's fan base was primarily the one who purchased that pay-per-view. And so you're talking about the same demographic, and Tank doesn't need that demographic. He and Floyd are doing everything right with their promotion. Those guys, you know, it's funny, Fannon, I'm hearing this from corporate media, but also some people in your channel. They don't say, why doesn't Canelo fight, who's undisputed, David Benavidez, David Morrell Jr., Andre? Why doesn't he fight, Christian and Billy? They say those guys need to fight each other with the winner fighting Canelo. That's what they're saying in corporate media, and that's what some of these people in this chat are unwittingly saying. But then when it comes to Tank Davis, they're saying Tank needs to fight Devin. He needs to fight Shakur Stevenson. He needs to fight killer after killer after killer. So why the hypocrisy, everyone? Why the double standards? Why are you echoing or parroting corporate media's talking points? No, Tank has gotten no good publicity from corporate media. He's built a brand. He has put himself in position to have sold out shows from coast to coast. These guys that you're talking about, Tank, fighting, if you look at what's being put on in Twitter, if you look at what's going on in the back rooms, they're hard to negotiate with. They're not endearing themselves to making fights. And we know that some of them are under different promotional banners, which Fannon eloquently expressed to me a couple of weeks ago. PBC's promotional business model is different than Top Rank's promotional business model. Errol likes to do things in-house. He likes to do a lot of, showcase fights. PBC is a different model. It's a 1099 largely how they operate. So don't put the undue pressure on Tank, because you just saw how Spence bent over backwards to make this Crawford fight. Literally coming in and making the fight for undisputed when he turns out he shouldn't have been fought at 147. Even Abel Sanchez, no fan of the PBC, no fan of African-American fighters, I think, said that Spence was clearly at a disadvantage. But he did all that, no excuses, to make the fight. And how was he treated, bending over backwards, basically giving away the farm in lieu of that? You got memes of him. You got corporate media saying he ducked and this is the consequence. No, you guys need to slow the roll. Tank is doing everything right with his career. And these other guys, Shakur, you're not going to fight Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi, and then demand to fight with Tank and then get into verbal bouts with Steven Espinoza, who's running the career with Tank with Floyd Mayweather. These people are just, I don't know, Fannon, it's just delusional, and they're falling into the traps laid by corporate media, because I see the same people saying, hey, Tank's got to fight killer after killer. Let me know what belt that Tank has besides the WBA world belt, and the WBA orders him to fight a mandatory, he fights them. It is Devin Haney's responsibility to rematch if he's going to keep the belts. I personally think he should move up to 140 full-time, sign the contract with Regis, as Regis saying they're trying to move the goalposts, changing the dates on him, and vacate the belts. But Tank doesn't have a responsibility, any of y'all. And Tank is the money man. He's doing this without any of these puff pieces that Canelo or Bumlovkin got. He is in his own lane. And these other dudes, they need to take chances. And the people that have put themselves in the best position for that Tank lottery, Frank Martin, Edwin De Los Santos, Pitbull Cruz, and whoever he wants to fight. You look at context clues, use your inductive reasoning. These guys, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, are going to be hard to negotiate with. And they're outside of the banner. So who's Tank going to fight? This is not a charity. I want to get your thoughts on that, Fannon. I'm out.
Okay, give me 1 second. That's a lot to give you my thoughts on. I see you, Ja. Charles Granger said, crawfish boil before the end of the year. Thank you, brother, for that support, man. Thank you, bro. Then my guy, Mr. Sosa, 2 fights in 5 years. Yeah, that's called being inactive. Which I'm having and Sosa again said, drop the link, sir. I did. I'm sorry that I was so late on that. Sorry about that. Sorry about being really late with that. And then I got my guy, Mr. Evans. I forget what you were talking about, man. You were saying about the Gervonta Davis and the PBC and all that. I mean, that just goes without saying, man. These dudes just want to see the PBC lose. And the whole conversation about what Gervonta has to do, dude, Gervonta ain't got to do nothing but stay black and die. That's it. You got to stay black and die. If that man does not want to fight for the belts and cats want to fight him, he doesn't need the belt to get fights. And that's just what it is. It's what it is. If those guys want to fight him, let those guys do what they need to do to fight him. Like everybody else. Like everybody else got to do. He's in the situation that he's in. And Gervonta Davis is not fighting top fighters is nonsense. It's nonsense. He's fought better competition than at 135 than Shakur has. In my personal opinion, with the exception of Lomachenko, he's fought better competition than matter of fact, I just think he has fought better competition in his career than Devin Haney has. For me, Gervonta is the most proven of all of those fighters. For me, hey, morning, Fannon in the chat. Hey, thank you, Mr. Thomas. Thank you for the support, bro. No joke, brother. Thank you very much, man. Thank y'all for coming through and sponsoring the video, sponsoring the chat. It really makes a big difference. Job, what's up, man?
What's good? Oh, yeah. I wanted to hop back on and say because the caller after me said something about Tank. And they were saying people always find up a reason to bring up Tank. I was talking to somebody about boxing the other day about the fight, and I'm like, you know, I'm from Baltimore, so I love Tank. That's my favorite fighter. But I'm telling them like, oh yeah, I'm like Tank versus Terence Crawford. That's who should fight. And he was kind of like agitated a little bit, but then I asked him like, that's the biggest fight out there, right? And it is the biggest fight to me. And then I asked him, do you have less of a chance that Errol Spence had to beat Crawford? He said, nah. He said, hell no. I'm like, the most Crawford to do is just pretend like it ain't a serious fight, but like that'll probably be his biggest payday unless he fought somebody like Canelo.
Who?
Terence Crawford versus Tank. That's my dream fight. I want to see that.
Bro, that shit is, man, come on, man.
Why though? Floyd beat Canelo.
Because they're not the same. They're not in the same weight class, man. Them dudes ain't nowhere near the same size as each other.
Floyd beat Canelo though.
Floyd beat Canelo. Gervonta Davis ain't nowhere near the size of Floyd.
You think Floyd way bigger or he just
way
taller?
bigger? You ever?
I
see
think
him
he taller. I don't think he bigger.
Way bigger. Way bigger.
Either way, it's still a lower. What weight did Floyd start at? And he fought Canelo. He started at a lower weight or the same weight class Gervonta.
Let me help you with this one, bro. No way. Those guys are not anywhere near the same size of person, bro. Gervonta Davis is started at 126, go from 126 to 130 to 140, 126 to 130 to 135 to 140. 140 is his fourth weight class. You're trying to get him to go up to fifth weight class to a guy that is a natural 147. And Canelo.
Yeah, I am. I think he could win that fight.
Dog, please. Let's not do it.
Pacquiao did it. Floyd beat Canelo. It's nothing wrong with that fight.
No.
And it's the biggest fight in boxing.
It's not the biggest fight in boxing. And
what's bigger than Terence Crawford versus Tank?
Man, God, bro. I don't even want to talk about this, man. It's silly. I mean, you're laughing because you must know it's silly.
No, I'm laughing because I believe I'm right. That's the biggest fight, and I don't know nobody presenting a bigger fight than that.
Gervonta Davis is literally a dude that can still weigh in at 130. He's a little 135, man. He's a little 135. And you want a guy that is a strong one for him to fight a guy with a 73-inch reach that's 4 inches taller than him. That is that
only difference is with him and he already fought people that bigger than him, like, and then he known in the underground for knocking out heavyweights. What's the problem? Floyd beat Canelo. We're going back to that old matter of Floyd bigger because Canelo bigger than Terence, so it even out that way.
Come on, man. Like, come on. Gervonta Davis is not the same size of fighter as Floyd Mayweather Jr. is. He's nowhere near as big as him.
All right. So what about Gervonta versus Keith Thurman? Because they both fought Barrios, and Terence Crawford and Tank both fought Gamboa. The fight not totally unreasonable. I could see if I catch a lot of slack for wanting it, but it's not totally unreasonable. They got common opponents with 147 people. He got common opponents with them. I want that fight bad. I'm telling you, that's my dream fight. Why not? I believe Tank can do it. It's all about skills pay the bills. He could have an advantage from being smaller. He might be harder to hit.
You think Terence should fight Deontay Wilder too?
No. Because Deontay Wilder is a heavyweight. That's different than any of them.
Okay, well, what about Canelo and Deontay Wilder? You think that Canelo should go there?
No, because he already showed what he do against lesser opponents that's heavy.
Okay, man. I mean, I
But
appreciate your
Tank been showing that he could do the unthinkable. He could knock out guys bigger than him. He could go up in weight. So yeah, I want to see him do like what I wanted to see that. I didn't want to see Floyd fight Canelo. I was like, why is he fighting him? Then when he whipped him, I'm like, dang. I'm like, amazing. So I don't see what's wrong with Tank fighting Crawford.
Okay,
And
well,
he got the age, he got
can
the
we do
youth on
something,
his
man?
side.
Can we
That'll build up the fight better
let
for
me
him
take
and
it. Let me take it
Shakur.
this angle. Let me take this angle. It's never going to happen. So we can talk
Okay,
about it. You can want to talk
I
about it,
like that you said that.
but it's never gonna happen, bro. There's no way that Errol, that Gervonta Davis is gonna get in the ring with Terence Crawford. Or is he gonna get in the ring with Keith Thurman? Neither one of those are ever gonna happen. He's already at the limit of his weight class at 135. That's the limit. That's the limit for him is 135. You're not going to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with Regis Prograis. Even though you may think that he may be able to beat Regis Prograis, there's no reason in the world for him to go up to 140 pounds, let alone to go up in there to 147 against a dude like Terence Crawford. But all right, bro, I appreciate you, Job. We'll get back.
All right. Peace and blessings.
All right, man. Peace. Frederick Meadows, how can I help you, man?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm well. How are you?
Can you hear me? Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
I can hear you.
Um,
What's up, bro?
okay, good. So my thing is, I get a lot of backlash about Spence. I used to box. I've been following Spence ever since the Olympics. So when you make a general observation for somebody you have watched for so many years that they are not the same person that you're used to seeing, why is that an excuse? That's my question to you.
Say that again.
So if you watch, I've been following Spence since the Olympics. So when he fought Terence Crawford, you notice that something's wrong, something's not right with him. When you've been following somebody for so many years and you make an observation that that person is not the same anymore, why is that an excuse? Why are the people saying that stop making excuses when you're making a general observation?
Because they want you to get on the knees and praise them for getting the fight call right. That's it. They just want to be right, and you can, like, everybody and their mama could see something was wrong with the dude, but they don't want you to be able to say it because they want to be, I'm right, you're whatever. Honestly, man, I don't get the idea of making excuses when I don't work for you. I can make whatever observation I want to make, dude. I don't work for you. So if I want to say, hey, dude, well, Terence Crawford is just a better fighter. Well, is that an excuse? If the observation that you make that you agree with, well, you know what the reason why I think he won? I think Errol Spence, I think Terence Crawford's just a better fighter. Oh, don't make excuses. You weren't saying that before the fight. That's the same thing as somebody saying, hey, man, I don't think this man looked drained. He didn't look responsive. He just looked wrong. Well, that's an excuse. What's the difference between saying Terence Crawford in a practical sense? What's the difference between saying, oh, Terence Crawford was just a better fighter? He was more skilled. That's a reason why you think the fight came out that way. So why is that an excuse? And saying that the man was either shop worn or he was drained or whatever, they're both reasons for the fight, for the man winning the fight. People, that's kind of like when people label something bias versus you just saying that's your opinion. If they don't want you to be able to respond to them, if they don't want to honor your thoughts, they're going to label your thoughts as an excuse, or in the case of you just giving your honest opinion, they're going to label it as bias. But to me, it's just a bad sport. They just can't sit there and listen and be willing to analyze what took place in a fight, because any analysis can be an excuse. It can be, and both of those things can be true at the same time. Well, he didn't look good in the weigh into me. Oh, that's an excuse. Well, I thought that what's your excuse for saying that he was going to go the distance? But anyway, that's kind of my take. And it's an irritating discussion because the
Very.
conversation is really about what's coming. You know what I mean, though? What's coming next? But that's
Yeah.
what people will do with you in your conversations. But at the end of
Yeah, I
the
miss
day,
the old days.
yeah, if you don't owe that person, if that person doesn't have any authority over you, then I'm not asking you to excuse anything. I'm not asking you to excuse anything. I'm making an observation about what I see is going on. If
Right.
I'm only making an excuse if I'm asking you to forgive me, but I'm not asking you to forgive me. I'm not asking for you to not take something that you deserve. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just to me, it's a bunch of just whatever stuff to me. That makes sense.
Right. I got you. The second thing is when you're a boxer, you want to make the money. So when you are achieving to get the belts are putting you in a position to get more money. But if you can make money without the belts, do it. So I don't get that belt stuff either. But that's all I had, sir. I enjoyed watching your show. So you take care, sir.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. And please come on again, man. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, bro. Get back. Yes, I'm sorry. I jumped off too quick. You take care. All right. The bottom line, how can I help you?
Hey, what's going on, Fannon? Can you hear me?
I can. I can hear you perfectly well, and I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. This is Chosen Gaming, by the way. I don't know why, like, it maybe picked this account, but this is Chosen Gaming. Like, you usually see me in the chat as Chosen Gaming.
Okay, cool.
Before I start off, though, I just want to give you a flowers, OG. I'm gonna say, like, I appreciate you for everything that you do, man. Having a channel like yours, like, you're definitely never like biased. So I want to give you a flowers before I start.
Thank you.
No problem at all. But to stay on topic, like we talking about like moving forward, like with like EJ and Terence Crawford, right?
Yeah. Or at this point, whatever you want to talk about, I'm fine talking about it.
Okay, so I'll start with that because I see like a lot of people just like saying different things. But my observation like with the first fight, like I would agree, like it did seem like he was a little like weight drained. Like I haven't thought like he wasn't as cut up like as like he usually looks. His legs movement and stuff like wasn't there either. Like if you ask me, there was somebody like on your channel before who tried to say that he was more like technically sound. I'm like than Bud as far as his leg movement. He was saying like when Bud moves side to side, he crosses his legs a lot. When Bud like was doing those angles and moving side to side, I didn't really see him keeping up with Bud. And like if you listen to Derrick James, like he was telling him like you can't let Bud stay in front of you like that. And like he just kept letting him do it. I don't really know if that was because of like he was weight drained, like he was sluggish, or if he just wasn't listening to his coach. So I think moving forward, like he'll be at a more comfortable weight. Like hopefully, like he'll like be more hydrated. And if he listens to his coach, I think the fight will go a lot better. But in my opinion, do I think he will win? No. I think Bud still has his number. But I think it will be a more closer fight than what people think. That first fight, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to see Errol like that. I like both of them. It was kind of hard to watch. I wanted the fight to be stopped a lot sooner. But it is what it is moving forward. I think he'll have a lot better fight at 154. If it's possible, I don't even want him to fight. But if they did, I think it'll be like a lot closer fight than what people think. I don't think that Bud's just gonna walk over him. And I think he'll be more comfortable. And it will also like eliminate like a lot of some of the excuses that people have if he was weight drained, and we didn't know for sure how it'd turn out if they actually fought at 154. That's just my take on that. Like you got like any rebuttal for that?
No, there's no need to rebuttal on that, man. That's your opinion. That's easy. That's your opinion. There's nothing I can really say about it.
And then like as far as Tank, like can I speak on the Tank thing too?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Cause it's kind of get irritated with that. Like I'm just kind of like what Odu said. Like if you can make the money like without the belts, like most people like get the belts and then they make the money, right? Like if you're not a big draw, you get all the belts, you're a champion now. Everybody know your name, you make the money. Y'all can't get mad because Tank already made the money prior to getting the belts. And like just like you said before, if he would have fought Ken Bosa, like dude contradicted himself. He just said that y'all mad at Tank not fighting these type guys, but when you asked him like, what if he would have fought Ken Bosa without the belts? He wasn't happy with it. Why? He's still fighting the same person. Just like when Bud went undisputed with all the belts, y'all said but he didn't fight nobody. So if Tank can still fight the same people without getting the belts, what's the difference? He already got the bread. He don't really need to be undisputed unless he wants to be trying to step into the Hall of Fame class. Like I do understand that some of the Hall of Famers you got to be undisputed, but it should always come down to who you're fighting. And if we being honest, you can't say that he ducked any of those dudes because Devin Haney said that he would stay at 135 if he can fight the best fights that out there. He left Shakur in the dust, and he don't want to fight Tank. He already got a fight put in like place with Regis Prograis, even though he claimed he was like entertaining Shakur Stevenson, but the whole time he already knew that he was going to fight Regis Prograis. And prior to that, his dad already said that he wanted to fight Shakur at 140. So he had no intentions on fighting Tank, but all the stuff that they said prior, nobody goes back and called Devin Haney like a liar, or no one speaks on what Bill Haney said. But y'all calling like Tank a dunk, not a dunk, but like a duck. I think that's very one-sided. And sorry for not, and they're not being like transparent at all. I don't see no transparency with that, to be honest.
Yeah, man, I can't argue. Look, there's definitely like just people just want Devin to get what they want. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'd be more happy if they just said it. Just be a fan. Like if you a fan of Devin Haney and you want him to have an advantage or like whatever the case may be, then just say that you a fan. You just want to see the fight. But when you go to the extra extent to call somebody a duck or saying that they scared, I hate to say it, but y'all asking for something that y'all really don't want. Because if Tank fight Devin Haney and knock him out, everybody's going to have the same effect that happened to Errol. Everybody going to be sad. Because if we being honest, it's really just about the story. EJ has a way better story than Bud. He would have became undisputed. He had 2 car accidents and has a better story. So to see him lose like that, no one wanted to see that, period. Same thing with Devin Haney. He got a good dad. He was brought up the right way. You want to see the young man win. I understand that. But y'all asking for something that y'all don't want. If he get in there with Tank, Tank is going to hurt that man. And then everybody going to be sad. Now I got to make all these excuses. Just let bro move up to 140. And to be honest, he might lose the progress. I ain't going to lie to you. So hopefully he get a couple tune-up fights in before he fight him. But a lot of y'all are asking for stuff of Devin Haney that he can't cash that check. So y'all need to slow down a little bit. Let the man be great and just be a fan of Devin Haney. But I ain't going to hold you too long, Fannon. That's all I got to say.
No, you good. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, Fannon. Yep.
Man, anytime, man. Anytime. Anytime. All right. The realest one out, man. You guys need to stop. Dude, I'll be making shit up. You Devin Haney fans just make shit up. When has Tank offered Haney a contract? Because last time I checked, LRB, Espinoza, and Floyd all said Tank's the one who sends contracts. When have they ever said that? I need to know when you've ever heard Leonard Ellerby say Tank's the one that sends contracts. I want to know when you've ever heard Steven Espinoza say that. You all just make shit up. You just make it up. Like, y'all just make stuff up. Like, talking to you guys is just like talking to just a fibber. Like a kid that's just going to say anything. Just like, you just say anything. Well, this is what that dude, that's not true. I have never heard Steven Espinoza ever say Gervonta Davis is the one that sends contracts. Why are you going to say that? That shit doesn't make any sense. Just like you guys are running around talking about how it was Devin Haney it was Bob Arum that came up with the 75-25. Only to have Bill Haney come out later and say it was Devin. I mean, for real, you guys make it hard to have legitimate boxing conversations. Between some of y'all just want to say, and I've been blocking you this entire chat, bro. Oh, Fannon, Errol got his ass whooped. Yeah, he got his ass whooped. What do you think that adds any value to the conversation whatsoever? Well, but this is what happened. Well, come on. Come on, man. Come on. We got to be a little bit more you got to do a little bit more critical thinking, bro. Because that's just a lie. You out here just filling up stuff, bro. You know what I mean? You're just saying stuff. It makes it hard to have a conversation and makes it very hard to be a Devin Haney fan. Because you have to spend so much time debunking what you guys are saying as patently untrue. Also, something that Bill Haney said that I'm surprised you guys didn't say. When he said that you'll never hear of an undisputed champion, you can't get 50-50 with an undisputed champion. Why can't you get 50-50 with an undisputed champion? Why? Why can't you get 50-50 with an undisputed champion? Your championship belts do not dictate how much money you make. Gervonta Davis fought him. He's definitely getting 50-50. At the very least, he's getting 50-50 out of Devin. How in the world could he not? How in the world could he not get 50-50 with Devin? That statement right there, you should just know off the top. You should just, any reasonable human being should know that that's not the case. That is radically that is illogical. That somebody can't get 50-50 with an undisputed champion. If Gervonta did take that stupid fight and went up there and fought Bud Crawford, he's getting more than 50-50 out of Bud. Or Bud ain't getting the fight. Easy. Look, man, I don't know what he's going to get in all of the specific numbers. What's going on, man? Expensive Paper, how you doing, man? So good to see you. And a lot of talk, man. I don't even want to be petty, bro, but y'all waste a lot of my time. I mean, I'm doing these 3-hour live streams where I do it a 3-hour live stream and you wasting my time with that silliness, man. That's what I was saying. And Ja, you my dude, bro, but come on, man. You're better than that, man. You're a Gervonta Davis fan, but you want to see Gervonta Davis fight Terence Crawford. Dude, the people that say that shit is so ludicrous to me. It's so absolutely positively ludicrous to me. It's as ludicrous as Terence Crawford trying to fight David Benavidez. It's absolutely positively just as ludicrous as David Benavidez. Like, let me watch. Terence Crawford needs to go fight David Morrell. Terence Crawford will die an early death in the ring with David Morrell. It's not a fair fight with David Morrell. It's not a fair fight. Okay? Just like Floyd was not about to go fight Gennady Golovkin. It's just doesn't make any sense. It really and truly doesn't make any sense. Expensive Paper, brother, thank you for that support, bro. Appreciate you, man. Jayad in the building. How can I help you, man?
Yo, blessed Dada.
Yes, sir.
It's good it's like 3 o'clock right here, so good afternoon from Ghana.
Shout out to Ghana, brother.
Yo. I wanna make a save on the other Haney and Tank I want to talk about Tank and Haney on, right? And I'm basing on Tank, right? To me, I'm saying I wish I want Tank to fight none of all these boys, because Tank don't want that. He wants all the youth should make their own self. They should build themselves. And he's now in his lane and he's comfortable, and I mean he want everybody should be glory, So he be in his lane, trying to let the people understand it's a business. You see? So let them all also should come out. I mean, 3 nice champions, everybody making it on their own way, which is nice. But trying to let all these boys fight, one person going to be winner at end of time. Ending of the day, one person that is only one person that is going to be glorified. Like when by all means one will beat each other, and one so when you lose, when again. So try make your own way and just be active, just train and be your own way and make your market and just move on and let the boxing game be nice always. Don't let it be me alone. When it becomes to Tank alone, so Tank is not fighting. When if you people I fought you and I beat all you people, and what is your next step now? You know, so they should allow Tank to live in his own way, trying to, pull more crowd to let the game be nice as we want. Let all them also, the Haney and Shakur them, let them also bring up something. Let them also pull something and let it be worldwide. It shouldn't be me alone. And both when I fought you, both any of you going to lose. And if any of you going to lose, what is your next step? You ending the career, you ending the future, what we set up as we were kid. You know, Tank let them all understand, but as they were growing, they forget themselves. And Tank takes the lead and he have understand the game and he's making it. So most of all the people should what? Should give Tank a break, should do his own thing. Thanks, Fannon.
Anytime, brother. Thank you, man. And always love that picture you put up there, bro. You take care.
Blessed,
Shout out
Dada.
to Ghana, brother. Shout out to Ghana. Yes, sir. What do you say?
Oh, I say niceness, blessings.
All right. Blessings to you, brother. Peace.
Anytime.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Freaking Flyer, you got to sit down for a second, bro. Really and truly, you got to sit down for a second, partner. That's too much. You guys doing way too much. Y'all doing way too much out there, man. Way too much, partner. Way too much. In court still this week. Hate, I'm missing the lies. Hey, man, I hope you get out of there soon, man, and it goes your way, OKC King. Hope it goes your way out there in court, man. All right, we're gonna do a couple more callers, brother. A couple more callers. I'm kind of getting tired of this. Like, I'm getting tired of the subject matter of I want to talk about what's going on, man. This Gervonta and this Devin stuff, man. God dog, man. Who y'all got winning this weekend? Anthony Joshua or Anthony Joshua or Robert Helenius, man. Man, Anthony Joshua better not lose to Robert Helenius. God dog. Last minute replacement. He better not lose to him, man. Ray Davis said, it's crazy. I like Haney. Just know the reality of things. He has a chance because it's boxing, but it's not over exaggerated or facts. Fannon, I think AJ Wilder might actually happen. It is going to happen. I think it's going to happen. I'm sure it's going to happen. Now that he's fighting Robert Helenius, I definitely think it's going to happen. Yeah, Gary Antoine Russell returns. Yeah, he does. Man, I did. Yeah, Gary Antoine Russell returns. Man, God dog, man. I want to do something. Else, yeah. They should run it back. Spence starting to look. Man, Jesus, what the fuck, bro? Anyway, I'll leave that go. What's going on, Mr. Hanif?
How you doing, man? You good?
I'm well, man. How are you?
All good. Well, considering you're talking about my UK fighters, I thought I'd jump in.
Thank you.
Yeah, obviously it's the best of a bad situation with Dylan failing his drug test. In terms of bringing Helenius in, I think Ruiz would have been too much of a risk for Joshua. I think he wants to wait for that Wilder fight. A few years ago, I thought Joshua would have beaten Wilder, but I just feel like he ain't been the same since Ruiz. He's scared to take a punch. He was scared to take a punch against Usyk. It didn't make him as aggressive as he should be, and I think Wilder's got his number now. I think Wilder will probably be his final payday in the sport. But yeah, it should still be an easy win against Robert Helenius for him. What do you think?
I think it should be. I think it should be. I think it should be. Robert Helenius is a decent fighter, though, man. He's decent. You know, he's got some good wins out there. He's not like complete trash, but you know, I think AJ should get that fight.
I think with AJ,
and I think it's a smart thing for him to do, taking somebody like Helenius on short notice and didn't do anything like take somebody who really you didn't kind of know there. Robert Helenius can definitely get knocked out, and he's right there to do it, you know? So, yeah, I think so.
I think the thing with boxers like Joshua is he generally struggles more against the smaller heavyweights. I think that was a big issue against Ruiz for him in the first fight. And I think that's also why he struggled with Usyk. But obviously, Usyk's got a different level of skill compared to him. But yeah, I think it should be an easy win for him, and hopefully we get to see this transatlantic clash between Joshua and Wilder. A few years ago, I would have said Joshua, but it's about mentality. And he took a few hits against Ruiz. He hasn't been the same since. He's not. Some people say even he hasn't been the same since Klitschko dropped him, but I won't go that far. I just think he's afraid to get hit now, afraid to get knocked out. I think the thing with boxers nowadays is I think they're scared of being memed on the internet quite a bit. I think sometimes that affects how they approach fights. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Should be an easy win for Joshua, but hopefully it sets up the Wilder one.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, it will. I think they already said that they're going to do it. So I think that's already like a done deal. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for jumping on, man.
No worries, mate. Speak to you soon.
All right, man. Speak to you soon. Man, I like these UK dudes now, man. UK dudes, I would have never thought that the UK dudes would be some of the most fun to talk boxing with. Keith Nolan said, yo, Fannon, I'm on a short break at work and saw you were live. Just want to show love and say I miss being able to tune in regularly. You're the best, brother. Blessings to you. Thank you, brother, for your support, man. No joke, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I like Joshua, man. I like Joshua as a person. And I was a fan of Joshua before all of the stuff with Deontay Wilder was taking place. I just didn't like all that stuff that was going on, man, and the tearing down of Deontay Wilder. Because Deontay Wilder's a good fighter, bro. He's a very, very good fighter, bro. You know what I mean? Very, very good fighter, bro. And people just really did. I think people really did. People really did Deontay Wilder very wrong. That's my take on the matter, was that they did him real wrong. In the way that they talked about his record and man and just being held responsible for the fact that other people really did not want him to be successful, and other people did not want they just didn't want to fight him, bro. They didn't want to fight him. Joseph Parker could have fought him. Charles Martin could have fought him. A lot of these dudes could have fought him, man, but they didn't want to fight. They didn't want to fight him, man. That's how I see it. And there's a lot of people out there that just were really doing them dirty, man. Is one of the most exciting fighters in boxing and one of the best things to happen to boxing in a long time. And also, I think his popularity in the United States was so undermined. And like the amount of people that liked watching him fight, the amount of people that really, that were tuning in, that were tuning into his fights, just very, 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 very disrespected dude the entire time. And now the heavyweight division, since he has not been in it at the top, is really slacked off. And people talked about Tyson Fury so much. And Tyson Fury is in just such a disappointment. Tyson Fury has not come close to wanting to fight the best. And to see what's going on with him in this Francis Ngannou thing, this dude has literally made a joke. This dude has literally made a joke out of the heavyweight division. What self-respecting heavyweight champion is going to fight Francis Ngannou? You guys got to help me with that one. What self-respecting heavyweight champion for a belt is going to fight Francis Ngannou? Just y'all just let me know how in the world that can possibly be the case. Hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. Doing two things at one time. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm running a little bit behind. Sorry about that, brother. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Think I'm Keith Nolan in the hey, what's going on? Hey, my guy said Tank Bud, let's go. Oh my God, man. Come on, man. No, you're killing me with that one, bro. Don't you kill him? You kill me with that one. I can't support that, Ja. You know you're my guy, but you know I can't support that dog. That's honestly a little bit insulting to Terence Crawford. It's a little bit of an insult to Terence Crawford. Gervonta's too small for that dude. And it's putting Gervonta in a bad position that I ain't trying to see Gervonta in. Gervonta Davis is one of the most realistic people that are in boxing. In my opinion, he's one of the most real and realistic people that there is in boxing. You know? So it's just really no need for me to there's really no need for me to do this, for me to do that and start saying things that I just think are just a little bit out there in silly land, bro. I can't really do that. I can't really do it, bro. I can't really do it. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. All right. Gotcha. Sorry, I had to do something. Yeah. But look, man, I'm going to roll up out of here. We got one more caller if y'all want to jump on. Otherwise, after that, I'm about to biz ounce. Thank y'all so much for y'all's support. I'm sorry I got a little distracted towards the end of it. Fannon, you tripping. Floyd set the standard on fighting MMA fighters, and he can do it. Why can't? Because it wasn't for a belt. That's why. Because it wasn't for a belt. That's why. Because Floyd Mayweather Jr. came out of retirement for a one-off fight. If Tyson Fury wants to drop those belts, drop that belt and give a shot to give a shot to Ngannou, knock yourself out. But it's not for a belt. Last time I checked. Now, I do have some smoke for you if you like it, but y'all don't want no smoke. Y'all, I got some smoke for you, but you don't want it. E. Johnson or anybody else, please explain to me that. That is absolutely ridiculous. Francis Ngannou has never had a boxing match in his life, and he's fighting for the heavyweight championship. So what? He got his 50th win. So what? Francis Ngannou is not fighting. Conor McGregor did not get a shot at the heavyweight championship in his first professional fight. That's not the same thing. He did not defend the title against Conor McGregor. And there's no way when Floyd was a champion that anybody would have ever let him get away with that. Never would have they ever have letting him get away with that. Never. He's not going to hit the link because he's not stupid. They would never let Floyd Mayweather get away with that. And they should never let Tyson Fury get away with that. Never let him get away with that. You're going to fight Francis Ngannou instead of Alexander Usyk. It's one of the most fraudulent moves I've ever seen in sports. Yeah, you got to slow down. Fannon, it's because Floyd at time fought for celebrity status to grow his names and make money, not a boxing match. Look, dude, you can have a professional boxing match against anybody that you want. There is nothing wrong with you fighting an 0-0 fighter. Fighters fight 0-0 fighters all the time. Floyd clearly did it for the money. Clearly did it for the money. You're here, click the link. Yeah, you're here, click the link. I don't know why you would click the link. Man, I would never praise Deontay Wilder for fighting Francis Ngannou. But if he did, and he did it, and he didn't have a belt, he's the champion. He's the champion. Francis Ngannou is fighting for the for the WBC heavyweight championship of the world. He is not qualified to do so. He is standing in front of people, all kind of other legitimate fighters, to fight for that belt. That is ridiculous, and you know it's ridiculous. So why you would even defend it, I have no idea. I have no idea why you defend it. It's ridiculous, and you're not going to click the link because it's stupid. But that's okay. I'm just extra grumpy today. I shouldn't have had that second cup of coffee. I realized that, yeah, dude, it's not even a line, bro. It's a fake fight. It shouldn't even count. It should be an exhibition. It should be an exhibition. And if he does an exhibition, let him do an exhibition. Fighters have done exhibitions before. If he said he was going to do it for an exhibition, okay, he does it for an exhibition. But that's ridiculous to allow him to fight Francis Ngannou, to allow him to fight for a world championship. He doesn't deserve the fight. He doesn't deserve the fight. It's this, and you could have fought, and you could fight Alexander Usyk, who it's serious. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But that's okay. You guys just do what you want to do. How did Wilder end up fighting the MMA? From what I heard, it was Wilder that was trying to fight him. I did hear Wilder say that Wilder's not a champion. Wilder's not a champion. He's not the WBC world champion. If a fighter wants to fight an MMA guy, that's on them. My issue is fighting for the championship. Wilder's not the champion. If Wilder had fought Francis Ngannou as a champion, ain't nobody going to let him off the hook, including me, for that. I mean, it's not, come on, Oz, it doesn't even matter. The man's getting a shot to fight for the belt. It's just not right, bro. It's just not right. You don't get a champ. He's never had a professional fight, and he's fighting for the belt. That's just a money grab. He has no chance. He has no chance of winning that fight with Tyson Fury. It's stupid, and it's just stupid. It's just stupid. As far as Floyd fighting Conor McGregor, dude, first of all, I don't even really care about that. The record is whatever it is, but it is what it is. Look, man, I'm going to bounce up out of here, though. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Thank y'all so much. Off chance I may take tomorrow off. I probably need to give myself a little rest from the live streams for a day. But I appreciate everybody that came by. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, because boxing and never been about that. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's what's up. No, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. It's just silly to me. The whole fight's silly. But anyway, I'm out of here. Deuces.